Joyful in here. People are drinking. People are having a good time. I don't drink. I don't even want to be around beer. I'm out because people get crazy.
No, we must act as our own bartender.
Cheese balls and beer for breakfast?
How do you know what he eats for breakfast?
We're just full of beer and pancake witches. You could easily do that. Apparently your dog has a drinking problem, ma'am. You might want to get her into doggy AA. Pookie drank my beer.
Ethnic Serbs. These guys can pong.
Jeff Chang, this isn't just any birthday, okay? This is your 21st birthday.
Here we go.
This is the day that you become a man. In the United States of America, Bald Eagles and Budweiser, you go out and drink.
Save one of those beers for me, eh?
You, me, beer, baseball. What more could a guy want?
When I was your age, my dad shared a beer with me, and I thought it was about the best thing in the world. Yeah. When I was a boy, just about every summer we'd take a vacation. And you know, in 18 years, we never had fun. Now I have my own family. Well, we're on our own vacation. And you know something, Russ?
What's that?
We're gonna have fun.
Any words of encouragement?
Would you like to touch my penis?
You want some of this milk?
Rather have a beer.
What do you guys give me if I kill that bird? Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, Baldy! Yeah!
Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening. The store of Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Today we are live here in Governors of Levittown. We have a full panel with you today, and we got a lot to do today, so we're going to get right to it because we got a bunch of people lined up, callers, people doing their thing. First, I'll say, Pete, what up?
Hi.
Hi. In the studio today, we have Anita. What's up, Anita? We have Michelle. Everyone knows her as the BrewBabe. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
That's how we do mic checks, just so you know. And, of course, our third chair helping us out yet again tonight.
Sixth time?
Sixth time?
I think so.
I think we're up to 6.
I think we're up to 6. Hey, got Steve Fominski from Barrage Brewing. And in
Hello.
the O'Toole room, Eric's here. What's up, Eric? Say something.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, see, now
ball.
See, now you're
Caught.
on, so now when you push the button, you'll be off. He said, I don't want to talk, so I'm not going to talk at all. It's fine. I said you got to at least say hi, so there's your contribution. And Anita is going to talk a whole lot tonight.
It's the appropriate reaction.
Yeah, it is, right. I like putting people on the spot, especially when the cameras are live. So like I said, we are here live at Governors. We are streaming on Facebook, on YouTube Live, and, of course, our website, govsradio.com. And if you want to give us a call, the phone number here in the studio, ask anybody a question, the number 516-465-3990. It's also right there at the bottom of your screen if you look down there. Also, if that number is busy for some reason, not that screen in Facebook and YouTube. You're like, wait a second.
Is it over my head?
Hold the phone. Yeah, it's 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. Give us a call. And let's get through some quick sponsors very fast before the music runs out. It's still there.
Go.
All right, so tonight we are sponsored by Shirts on Tap. I got my Shirts on Tap shirt on.
So do I.
And so do you. Look at us. ShirtsOnTap.com. Go to them. Pick out your membership qualifications. And in the promo code, type in the word Wort, W-O-R-T. Pronounce Wort, spelled Wort. And you will get your first shirt for $5.99. After that, it's only $13.99 per month for a shirt from a brewery all over the country. Also sponsored by MyBomberJackets.com. Go to MyBomberJackets.com. Get your 22-ounce, 16-ounce, big growler, small growler koozie, but it's really a jacket. Right?
All the jackets.
You always yell at me about it. It's not a koozie. Yeah. Well, I don't have the thing. Hold on. You're going to keep saying it. I'm going to just... What? There it is. So, yeah, go to MyBomberJackets.com and your checkout. Type in the promo code, of course, Wort, and save, I don't even remember. a bunch of money off your car insurance. All right. We're also sponsored by taphandles.com. Taphandles.com coming at you with some awesome custom-made tap handles for your home brewers or, of course, your large capacity needs. Go to taphandles.com and tell them the Wort sent you. Also, Jeff Hartwell over at Hartwell Woodshop out in Patchogue. Give him a look, give him a taste. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He also has sponsored a couple of stuff that we have. And we, of course, Pete, brand new sponsor. And so as the music goes out, it's probably a good time to talk about.
Well, we got a caller already, so.
Well, we're going to wait for the caller. I got the sponsor stuff. I got the big one we just scored this week. Score! We are now sponsored by Tavour. Tavour, and this is something that we found out via Instagram, is a ship-to-your-house beer in a box system. So this is
in a box these days.
It's your easy way to select some cool craft brews from all over the country. If you can't find in your local area, it's delivered right to your door. It's not that beer of the month club. They said it's
no.
It's you get to pick the
There's
beer you want, because a lot of
good
times
stuff.
people take the beer of the month ends up being they don't hear me because I don't have them on. So hold on, let me put them on. God, you just put them on for a second and then I'll keep them really low. It's not your beer of the month club. You get to choose what's in the box. They don't just ship you whatever the hell they
club
feed.
if you want.
I did the beer of the month club like years and years ago, and it wasn't anything I wanted. I'm like, I don't want any of this, so no, thank you. So go to Tavour. It is a free app on your iOS or Android device, and you get to pick out your beers. Twice a day, they'll get notifications of new beers that they're releasing on their app, and then you get to pick what you want in your box. Choose bottles, cans. Everything gets shipped directly to your door. Flat shipping rate of $14.95 per shipment. And now with a promo code of WORT, W-O-R-T, you will get $10 off your first box. No, actually, all the boxes that you spend over $25.
Nice.
Pretty cool, right? So go to Tavour,
What
T-A-V-O-U-R, not Tavour, Tavour, and pick out your box of the whatever. You don't have to get it every month. You can get it every 6 months, whenever you feel like it. You build your box, and it gets shipped to your door, and it is what it is.
It's always great to build your own box.
Yeah.
I mean, better than buying one, for sure.
Why? Why would you buy it if you could build it? Because if you build it.
So go again. Tavour, spend $25, get $10 off. Enter the promo code WORT in the code, and there we are, our sponsors for this evening. And again, we do have someone on the phone. Let's go right to him. This is the Wort with Mike at PeakUpsRadio.com. Who we got on the phone?
You know you got, boy. Come on now.
Is this Dennis Murphy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Dennis?
How's it going?
Good, not bad, guys. How you been?
Doing well. So for our audience that doesn't know, Dennis Murphy called in when we had two big jerks jerky, and he sounded like he was a jerky fan, and we sent him a package in the mail of the bacon barbecue deliciousness, and I got a message back shortly after. Thanks so much. Everything was delicious. So thanks a lot for calling the show, Dennis, and I hope you enjoyed your jerky.
Oh, I did. Thank you so much, guys. It was good.
I sent him some stickers,
too.
too, from Sig Lusher and
nice.
from us and stuff like that. Just do a bunch of, like, a nice little care package for him.
There you go.
So,
go
ahead, Dennis, go.
And last week was my birthday, too, guys.
Hey, happy birthday, buddy.
Birthday,
Happy birthday.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
guys.
Hey,
It was awesome, too. Thanks.
we got to keep the show moving today because we have a bunch of people calling in throughout the night. You have a question for anybody? We have Michelle and Anita. And Steve.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
How many you guys been on the show?
Say that again? I think I missed it.
I said, how long you guys be doing the show?
That's not for them. That's for us. This is Mike, by the way. We are now doing it about a year and 8 months. 1 year and 8 months. This is our 41st show.
Woohoo! That's good. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks. We don't do a show every week. We don't do a show every day. We don't like to saturate the market with our nonsense. So twice a month is good enough for the nonsense that we have.
That's cool.
All right, Dennis. Thanks a lot for calling in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. I'll just give a shout out to my best friend Felix.
There you go.
Jeff.
Oh, Felix.
He sent me a nice thing.
Nice.
In the mail for my birthday.
Ah.
He sent me a good thing in the mail. I'd like to say thank you to him because he was the best.
Was a styrofoam box of food left over?
Oh yeah.
And while you're saying that, really quick, Dennis, in studio with us, Steve from Barrage, he's going to be on Felix's show Thursday at 1:30 on GovsRadio.com. So check it out. Let's Eat Long Island with Chef Felix, and Steve's going to be on there talking a little bit about beer and food pairing and things of that nature, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Steve being a former
cool.
Entenmann's
Employee, that's right.
chef. He's got a lot to talk about the pairing of the desserts with the beers. So it'd be an interesting show. So tune in, Dennis.
That's cool. If you guys look at my Instagram pages.
Yes, of course. It's Dennis Murphy. And I'm trying to think what you have numbers at the end, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's 567.
567.
Yeah, look at the pictures. I did. Actually, you know what, guys?
Nope, it's not 567. Dennis, I have your Instagram account. It's Dennis Murphy 453. Go to Dennis Murphy 453 on Instagram and check it out. He's got a bunch of pictures of food and stuff that you like. Yeah, pancakes. You got pancake with cheese. Yep. You got some French toast.
And also, guys, I DJ yesterday too.
Ooh.
And I rocked the fucking house.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, bringing the fire today, Dennis.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for calling in, Dennis.
DJ D's up is not going nowhere, boy.
There it is. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for calling the show. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
All right, see you guys later. You guys are the best.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
You just locked them. Now, unlock them. And then this one. See that big X? Yeah, bye-bye. Dennis Murphy. He's only started calling. All right, jeez. It wasn't really that hard. It just sounded loud. Dennis has been calling in for like the last few months now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So new fan of the show and new fan of govsradio.com. So
is he still on?
I don't think so. You got someone else calling in?
No.
You didn't unlock them, and then you got to bounce them. There you go. See, there you go. All right. Well, let's get down to the show before we get another phone call to interrupt. Michelle, we last talked to you over at Heckscher State Park, the
Craft Classic,
which was fun.
Was it classic?
It was so classical.
You
and magical too.
You poured some of your own beer, the stuff that you were creating. Posted a lot of great stuff, and I didn't have a chance to get over there.
I'm sad.
I know.
It's
I was
all
very
gone.
sad. You know where I was at that table almost all day. I had a chance at the beginning of the festival to just run around really quick and just say hello. I was trying to just get people on the show, and they were just handing me stuff as I was going. But I missed getting some of the stuff.
Did you at least stay hydrated with lots of beer?
Oh, there was so much beer there. It was awesome. And Pete missed out on a pretty good outdoor. It was a beautiful day.
It was a nice day.
It was an awesome day.
It
wasn't too humid, didn't pour. It was awesome. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. A lot of people came by, and Michelle
was
was
a bit
there.
of it. Yeah, it sounded like a good time.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's go backwards a little bit, since you're our featured guest. We all know about Steve. Tell us a little bit how this all got started. We talked to you on the phone, too, so this is not really your first experience with us.
That's right. I did call
you did. That was a crazy night, too, I remember. It was a little later in the night.
I was bombed.
And we were probably bombed by then. As it always goes. Hold on to your bootstraps, because it's not going anywhere fast.
I don't have any bootstraps.
All right. So, give us a little background about, how you got into this and, where you are right now. Give us the history.
Yeah. So, I got into it pretty early. I think I was about 21, 22 when I started hanging out on like a meetup group that had like home brewers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that.
He's
one.
smitten.
Smitten right now.
He's just smitten. He's like,
Yeah,
I love
you're on a date show."
hearing about all of the lifestyles.
Yeah. I don't know if it was LIBME when I first started, because that's when I got back into the game.
Okay.
There was a meetup group, and in any event, I went to like one of the first. It was Blue Point's Cask Festival when they had it in like January.
Okay.
I remember it was just like freaking cold. Yeah. So I fell in love with craft beer immediately. I originally did not like beer, and when I learned about home brewers and craft beer, I definitely wanted to learn more. So I started my journey. I had a blog, which is not the same blog I have now. And then shortly after, a couple years later, I had gotten into my first homebrew kit, which was like a Mr. Beer kit. I had gotten for my birthday. But a couple years later, I got diagnosed with celiac, and I felt like my world was collapsing.
And for the people who are ignorant, what is celiac?
So celiac disease, it's gluten allergy, so I can't tolerate like pasta and wheat and barley and beer.
Can you do like a wheat pasta?
So sad.
No, definitely not wheat.
No sweet potato pasta, like I know sweet
There
potato
are gluten-free. There are gluten-free pasta.
Yeah,
options.
so you can have like rice and quinoa and like corn and millet.
So there are some grains you can take part of.
What is millet? I've heard you say that a couple times. I have no idea what that is.
Don't quote me on it.
All right.
It's like sorghum. Sorghum technically isn't a grain. It's like a grass. So.
It's terrible.
And
if it's done
how
wrong,
did you
it's
come to
terrible.
realize that was your kryptonite?
I was getting, as I was home brewing more, I was getting sick, and I didn't think that one had anything to do with the other. I was getting a lot of inflammation and like just super sick. My tummy.
Oh.
My tummy was
I was gonna
inflamed.
say, if, get inflated toes. I deal with it.
You know what? Beer's
At
good
least
enough
you
for
could cover
flavor.
that up, but I couldn't cover
So
up
what?
my
I look like
tummy.
a goddamn troll.
Yeah. I would
No
take-
sandals at the beach.
Yeah, and then like I just I got diagnosed, and I was like, well, that's it. I can't have beer anymore. Like there's that. And it wasn't until a few years later when I heard a friend of mine. He was part of a homebrew club called LIBME, and he's like, oh no, there are like people that actually make beer that's gluten free, and I was like, no way. And there was a lot of bad beer out there. Let me tell you, a lot of bad gluten free beer out there. And I didn't think it was possible to make something that tasted delicious, but I went to my first meeting. I joined Hand Grenade's homebrew club as well. That's Nassau County homebrew club. And since then, I've just been homebrewing and making cider and making beers that everyone can enjoy.
And you've been really an intricate part of the beer industry regardless, because you've worked at some of the breweries here on Long Island and around, correct?
Yeah, I started off actually managing LI Brew Bus. They did, I think they're still around. They do buses, party buses around the breweries on Long Island, and then I worked
like the
at
Holbrook area and Riverhead.
Patchogue, Riverhead, and then I started working at 1940s Brewery.
Charlie!
Yeah, what's up, Charlie and John? Yeah, from day one, and I did their sales as well, and then I moved. I started working in the city. I worked at LAC Beer Project for a while, and I did marketing, events. I did a little bit with like the paperwork for like TTP and SLA and the boring stuff. And,
Oh, cool.
But it was, I mean, it's fun all around.
Who did we meet over at LIC that was at Fifth Hammer with us?
Carly.
Oh, yeah, she's one of the bartenders
Yes.
there.
Yes.
We did mention you in that show saying that, did you know? Yeah, of course.
Of
That's
course.
great.
Yeah, I love Carly. She's sweet.
Yeah, she was great. She came on the show, gave us some good information about what's going on over there. Not so much on the beer side, but on like the business side, which is always very interesting to us as well, finding out, shifts and all sorts of stuff that has to be taken care of. And she's been managing now, I guess, the bartender, head bartender, I think she said.
Oh God, she had a fun job title.
Yeah, there was something like that.
Captain. That was it.
Captain?
It was captain.
For which bar?
Bar captain?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I'm
Which
not
bar?
sure.
No, at LIC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It must have happened after I left.
Oh, yeah. It was recent because she said I was
yeah.
just getting into the new
Yeah, I had
thing.
left
So.
in May, so I know
Okay.
they were doing a lot of changes. I mean, they just expanded. They have a sour program that they're rolling out. So.
Ah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, because I know they got the
Definitely check it out.
contract for City Field and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I started to see creeping in last year.
Yeah.
Craft Brewery.
Madison Square Garden as well.
Yeah, that's true. You mentioned. It's harder now because Mickler's literally underneath them, so you find that more often than not upstairs in the stadium itself. But they still have a couple of options now that are good craft beers from the city area, Queens, Brooklyn, stuff like
Absolutely.
that. So you left there, and so what's the bigger plan right now in regards to taking this hobby, maybe making more of it?
Yeah, so right now I'm helping out Graf Cider. They're up in Newburgh. They make sour ciders.
Are you commuting to Newburgh?
I am not.
Ah.
No. I handle events. I handle events on like Long Island, New York City.
Okay.
And parts of Hudson Valley, but that's been awesome. So I've been helping out with that.
It's beautiful up there, right?
It would be really cool, honestly, to work in production there, but it's just too far, I don't think I would move there.
I was gonna say it's cool, like during the summer up there, it's nice, but like the winters have got to just be the worst.
For sure.
And you got to have a 4-wheel drive. Those hills and those streets are ridiculous. I was driving around there. I went up to Hudson Brewery,
nice.
and it was Hudson Valley Brewery, Hudson Valley, not
Valley,
Hudson
yeah.
River, Hudson Valley. Gorgeous area. Lots of stuff to do. Newburgh, Poughkeepsie area. You got what's on the other side? Newburgh's on one side. What's on the other side? I can't think of it.
Isn't Defiant up there?
No, I mean the town
Oh.
right across the bridge is what? Why can't I think of it?
Don't they have like Warwick? Isn't Warwick around there? And then
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. We were going on our way up to Jellystone with the family.
Oh, okay.
Which is over by where
Was Yogi
Hudson
there?
Baby Bourbon Distillery is.
Hey, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Was Yogi there?
Yogi was there, as well
Is that
as...
what the fuck is Jellystone outside of the cartoon I grew up with?
No, that's it. That's pretty much it. It's just a campground with a water park and rivers and canoeing and camping and stuff.
And
like
Yogi
that.
and Boo Boo.
And Yogi and Boo Boo.
What was the
stealing your picnic baskets?
Yes.
What was the fucking ranger?
Ranger. Oh, who's that?
It wasn't Rick. No,
Yeah,
I was about to say that too. I know. I was gonna say it's Ranger Rick. No, it's. How about just Ranger? He's gonna look it up. Go ahead, fact check us.
Ranger Smith.
I gotta know.
Ranger Smith. I can't see. I keep hearing something, but I don't think it's the phone. So you're going up there. Are you, how much or how involved are you with the stuff that's going on at the what was it?
Ranger
Graft.
Smith.
Graft.
Graft.
G-R-A-F-T.
Right,
Yep.
it was
Ranger Smith. There we go.
Oh, good memory.
Yeah, so for now I'm doing marketing and events for them.
Okay.
Social media.
So when they have like a
posting stuff.
festival or
Yeah, so you could probably find me at festivals on Long Island, Manhattan. I don't go too far.
Oh, so you're
outside the
representing the
state.
brand
the
in
brand,
festivals that are
branding.
down
Brand
here.
ambassador.
That's a good
It
name
is a good
for
word for
it,
it,
yeah.
yeah. That's
so
cool.
That's what I'm doing. I'm hoping to be more involved with cider making and home brewing, and I really eventually want to get my ciders out in the market. I know that's kind of a pipe dream for now, but down the road I think that it's important that celiacs in New York State have options.
Yes.
I mean, I went to Jersey today to pick up the beers that I brought for us.
Did
from
you really go
Departed
away?
Souls. I did.
Oh,
I did.
that's what
so we got to try it.
The saison? I didn't even have
yeah,
a sip
it's
yet.
delicious.
Too busy talking to you. so.
Before we were talking a little bit. There's like an aftertaste. You
Yes.
said there was present in like most.
So there are
gluten-free
two
beers.
types of beers that people with gluten intolerance
Very floral.
legally can, and medically can ingest, and that's gluten-reduced beers and gluten-free beers. So
Okay.
gluten-reduced beers are made the same way that you would make any old beer, and you would just drop an enzyme that would drop the gluten levels down. It's an enzyme that drops it down. It's non-detectable, and it's technically safe. It doesn't taste any different. I know New Belgium has like 3 or 4 beers out that are gluten reduced, and Stone has one. So
I've seen
a
the
lot
Stone
of
one,
people
yeah.
are coming out with it. They realize it's a big deal. I know who is it? Zero Gravity, is that who Little Wolf, I think they make. That one's gluten reduced as well. But
Now, can you personally handle the reduced?
yes and no. I've gotten sick on many occasions, which I've posted on my Instagram. Just
Don't
to show.
trust.
Depends on how reduced.
Well, yeah, I mean, people are like, "Oh, you're really
reduced is
allergic to
this?"
beer," and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna here's what happens when I have beer. You ask for it, I'm gonna show you. And
Did
so
you take it?
It's all swollen.
Is there an Instagram story vomiting or?
yeah, it was like all rashes everywhere, breaking out. Like, it's not pretty. And so that's gluten reduced beer. And so what I brought today is completely safe for me. It's 100% gluten free.
Oh.
So it's made with millet, corn, quinoa, sorghum. You'll see a whole slew of
Belgian candy, dragon fruit,
You'll see a
lavender.
whole slew of ingredients, but you will notice there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say it's an aftertaste. It's just a taste that we're not used to.
It's not bad. It's nothing that, I mean,
It's something like I said, something on the finish. That's
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, right? Your first time you had an IPA, right? A West Coast IPA, where you're like, what the hell is this?
Sure
Why
didn't
is
like
it so
it.
bitter? You know?
Still don't.
So that's just something to think about. This category is just another category of beer, and if you could just think about that,
Or think of it that way.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting
there
it.
are people, and
Yeah.
I love stouts, but I remember I would give someone a stout, and they don't like darker beers. They're like, "This is disgusting. This is this. It's oh my god, it tastes burnt, or it's too filling." They'll have whatever 101.
Roasty.
Yeah, they'll have 101 like reasons
Too
why
heavy.
they hate it.
It's too heavy.
Yeah, and they won't.
Do you have anything lighter, like
Anything
a Corona or a Bud Light?
Right. So it's just another. It's just
Mexican
another level of
lager?
beer. So
The I like the way they're talking about. I'm just reading the can. Sorry. For the Departed Souls can here. Brewed in memory of our late friend Departed Souls, Brew's award-winning gluten-free craft beer,
true,
so that everyone
won
can
awards.
experience the camaraderie around craft beer and the memories that endure.
yeah. So
Very nice.
It's a pretty sick brewery. It's really cool.
This was really very good. I don't
Yeah.
mind this at all, and it's.
I have a
I
blonde,
don't feel
and
the
I brought
taste.
I think I brought a Belgian in there.
Do they
That's
do
why I
a
check it out.
number of different styles
Yeah, they
with
do.
the same kind of platform? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have like
Ooh, I'm sorry.
they have
I
their
missed-
they have their regular menu, and then
Yeah.
they have their
Gluten-free menu?
their gluten-free menu. Watch out. They have dedicated tanks for that, so you guys check them out. Everything's like super skateboardy, and like they have like Ninja Turtle glasses, and like yeah, it's really cool. It's dog
It's
friendly.
Jersey City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Another great New
Didn't
Jersey.
take too far for me to get there.
He's just like,
So.
oh.
Oh yeah, that's my cider I had brought for you guys today. It's a still
Well, we're
dry
gonna talk
cider.
about that in a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
This is very cool. I like
another beer in there if you
everything
wanna
they
try
put
the
together
beers.
on that. So
Yeah.
check them out.
Departed
Souls.
Yeah, Brian
in
is the head
Jersey
brewer,
City,
owner.
New Jersey. We are going to have some people call in from New Jersey today as well. The Neck of the Woods is going to give us a call a little later on in the show. Going to talk to us a little bit about the brewery. They've been doing the rounds on all of our Hopped Up Network podcasts.
Thank you.
So we want to hear a little bit from them. And we've had a great working relationship with a bunch of the breweries down in New Jersey. From our time at the AC Beer Fest to Red Tank and all sorts, and Ross, seeing a lot of
nonsense.
So much stuff going on down there. Just like here, I think they're a little behind the ball in regards to the state because of all the legislation, but they're starting to really push through that, and their breweries are starting to pop up all over the place.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we went to 27A's open.
Yes.
We did a live show from 27A the night before they did their soft opening, and then I went away. Then I
went to during
Friday.
the soft opening.
Great lineup.
Yeah.
They really did a nice
I think
place
5
with
beers.
Yeah, they did a nice job with the shop. It looks great.
Yeah, it's a nice little
very
place.
cool feel to it. And I haven't gotten there to have any of the beer.
How far is it in the same town? Oh no, is it in
Lindenhurst.
Lindenhurst. How far is it from the meatery?
Right around the corner.
Oh yeah, like
nice.
You could probably in the back doors. You could throw
sweet.
rocks at.
Oh, that's really cool.
From one of the.
And
other.
you should probably try.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. And that brings me to the
I'll
question I
do
had
that.
before
I'll
that
bring my
popped
slingshot
up.
for that.
Yeah. Oh, Joe will throw anything.
Well, we know
Dirty
that.
underwear over there. Like, yeah.
Well, he doesn't really wear underwear.
That's true. Can you do mead?
I can do mead. I've been to the mead.
Oh, good.
WA Mead Works.
So there's no, because it's just honey and
Absolutely.
ingredient. So
yeah, unless he adds I know he had one that he had added graham crackers to. That obviously
Oh,
they
okay.
have, but,
Yes, I already know that
sounds
one.
good.
Yeah, it sounds delicious. It's the season,
I'm
right?
trying to think if I had that one. I believe it was. Yeah, I think I had that one.
Yeah, it was when they first opened. I think it was one of them on the menu.
I was there when Black Circle Project was there, and was talking to Joe for a little while. They're doing a lot of those kinds of collaborations with people in the industry and people even outside the industry. He's just pumping out so much different stuff. I can't keep up. Every time I go in there, I'm like, this is a whole new board.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of varieties.
That's where the industry is going. I mean, if you look at even the other sectors of the alcohol business, I mean, even the spiked seltzers, they just came out with 3 new flavors in the last month of summer.
Fucking
ciders.
Pumpkin spice just came out. Pumpkin
See?
spice.
Of course it
spiked
does.
seltzer.
And
Oh,
what's the
They
reaction
did.
from all the white girls, Steve?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
They
totally
pass
into
out.
Can you have a spiked seltzer, right?
Of course, yeah.
So
As
there's
long
nothing
as it's
to
not
that.
like a malt, malted beverage. I can
So
have spiked seltzer.
the White Claws and
I'm
the
not a fan of White Claw,
Trulies.
though.
Which one's your favorite?
Summer of Claw.
Spiked seltzer.
Spiked seltzer.
And Truly comes
That's
second.
the one with the mermaids with the
Yes.
pitchforks.
I don't like that the ABV's lower now. It was 6%. Now it's
Damn
4.5.
him. Four Locos
Eric,
coming
what's
out
your
right now.
what's your favorite
Spiked seltzer?
Try again.
Yeah, push it hard. Oh, it just got clicked. There it is.
Yep.
He's got in there. He's got one in there right now. He's just. I'm not gonna have any of the cider. I got spiked seltzers in my cooler.
You know what?
underneath.
If you add a little vodka to it, it changes your entire life. Something to think about.
Is Carrie a fan of the Claw? That seems like that'd be up her alley.
She's not. Just margaritas and wine.
All right.
I like a good margarita. Spent a lot of time in the tropics this summer, so margaritas are the tits. This is the word with Mike and Pete, CubsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
Hey, this is Frank from Neck of the Woods Brewing.
Hey, Frank, what's going on, pal? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm here with my partners, Paul and Dave.
Hey, Paul, Dave, how are you?
How's it going, guys?
Hi, how are you?
I call everyone by just so Paul, Dave. What's going on?
Hey.
Thanks a lot for calling in. Like I said at the beginning of the show here, you guys have been doing a little bit of the tour of the podcast, the South Jersey Beer Guys, and who am I missing? Buddy Rob, who does South Jersey Beer Scene and the Jersey Beer Guys. And you guys are a relatively new brewery opening in New Jersey, or are opened in New Jersey. So give us a little bit of the history and what you guys are doing with the place.
Yeah, so we opened, this is Frank talking.
Hey, Frank.
We opened on May 4th, so we're a little over 3 months.
Wow.
Cool.
Right now, so we're still kind of new. But we've been brewing for a while. We've been brewing in my garage down in South Jersey, down in Pittsgrove, for about the last 6 years or so. We had wrote our business plan over 5 years ago to open up, but truly ran into roadblock after roadblock and finding a place. So while we were doing that, we said, hey, let's, up our brew system. We built a 1.5 barrel brew system in
By the
garage.
way, this is Steve from Barrage. That is a cool system you guys built, man. I saw pictures, and man, that was pretty awesome.
Well, when you have an engineer on your team, Paul, he's good with that kind of stuff.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. So tell us a little about that setup.
We were perfecting recipes like in the garage. I mean, we did 3 barrel aged projects in the garage, 2 12% stouts, a 10% breakfast stout, aged at 14 months in a bourbon barrel in the garage. So we were doing some pretty cool things in the garage. So when we opened here, we have the 10 barrel system from SS Brewtech, which has been fantastic. So it was more or less just scaling up at that point.
You guys have a number of things in there, so tell us a little about what kind of equipment you guys are working on.
So we have a 10-barrel direct fire brew house. Everything's from SS Brewtech. The traditional fermenters, conical fermenters from them.
Yeah, we're looking at those right now.
We also have, they're actually lagering tanks, but they are also marketing them as serving tanks. So we have...
Are those the horizontal vessels?
Yep.
Yes, they're horizontal. Okay. They're double stacked, so we have one on top of the other. So we have 6 of those, and so we are going right from the fermenter into the serving tanks and carbonating and serving directly from the.
Ooh, oh.
We take
so
out a step
you bypass kegging completely with that? Is that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's
well,
pretty
for
cool.
those ones, so we only have 6 right now, and we have more than 6 beers on tap.
Yeah,
so
only 6. I have 0, so you got me there.
We can only skip kegging 6 beers.
Well, hey, we're in our 40s, and we thought, do we really want to be lugging these kegs around anymore? So we were trying to figure out a way to kind of make things easier on ourselves.
Yeah, it's a smart
idea. That seems
idea.
like, a pretty creative solution.
And let me tell you this: it looks like torpedo tubes in a submarine. It looks freaking slick.
Yeah, they're even more impressive in person. When you see them in pictures, they look cool, but up close, when you're standing, you see how tall they are, how they're stacked. Very impressive.
So cool.
And what? So you said you have more than 6 beers on the board right now. What do you have on the board? And how many are on tap?
This is Dave, by the way. Hi, guys.
Hey, Dave.
Hey.
Currently have 11 beers on tap. So, for example, we have a strawberry vanilla milkshake IPA. We have our newest beer, What's Up Home's, a pina colada milkshake IPA. We have a blueberry Weiss, Bunyan's blueberry Weiss. We have a porter session IPA, our signature IPA called Swan's Way.
Are you guys leaning more towards IPAs? Is that going to be like a forte for you guys, or you're going to be looking to do something a little different as you get going? I know at the beginning you try to do your best beers that you guys kind of perfected while you were home brewing. So
I think that between our gozas, the sours, that's definitely our forte. When you say, Frank?
Yeah, we love we love to make beer that we love to drink.
Yeah, man.
We love the hazy, juicy IPAs. We love sours. It's a passion of ours. And we love, dark beers. And, hey, we love lagers, too. And we got our first Pilsner in the tank right now.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love
to hear that, man. Love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying. What we're doing is, taking some bigger batches and then taking those bigger batches and doing some variations on those bigger batches. Like we got a 11% stout in there right now, which we're going to do. Take some of that and then add some coffee, some lactose. Another one, maybe some pumpkin and some cappuccino. Another one, vanilla. Just to kind of
different little twist. Cappuccino versus
get out
coffee.
that when you go from home brew to commercial professional brew, I don't want to say it gets boring, but you kind of lose sometimes that finesse or just coming up with good ideas and being inspired, by certain things. And so we want to keep it real and just kind of keep things fresh.
Steve, do you feel that way? Steve from Barrage is in here again, Farmingdale. Do you have that after being here now years in the industry, putting stuff out there? Are you feeling that same way, or are you feeling like you still get excited by a nice big batch of whatever that favorite thing is coming out?
No, I get very excited, but when you're doing the same beer over and over and over again, that's where I think you kind of lose.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Especially if you're doing like something that is like everybody looks at you and said, "Oh man, that's one of their favorite, our favorites." You guys got to keep it going because all the people keep asking for it. Yeah. You brew that beer 40, 50 times, it's like, oh, enough already.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's try something new. Let's,
Yep.
do a variation of this, that, and the other. So, and people like that. People, that's what we're seeing. People get really excited over that kind of stuff. We took, our base goza and added some puree, a strawberry, a blueberry, and a guava lime, and did 3 small batches. And then blended some lemonade in there and created like a sour goza shandy, and people were like blown away. So
nice.
Just doing, smaller batch kind of things also just to kind of keep it fresh and exciting.
Where you guys are located in Pittsburgh, New Jersey, what's the I guess scene over there? We have a lot of craft beer drinkers in your area or your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, there's 12 craft breweries.
That really was
that was an awful pun.
Sorry.
A few.
Well, there's actually like 5 breweries within a 4-mile radius.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're a beer destination down here.
Yes. Nice. That's what it's getting to be. I mean, everyone has their little, I will say right on Long Island, you have your little hubs, throughout the island. And, of course, everything's saturated in the city and Queens and New York, Brooklyn. But, out by you, everything's a little more spread out. So you almost have to have these hubs where you have a number of breweries situated in the similar areas so people can spend, a day hopping around. And I think it does benefit you to be within, a few miles of other breweries.
Yeah, we've had beer tours come through here so far. It's great.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, have like the bus tour, like you're saying, the Long Island Brew Bus.
That's super helpful if you can get in touch with someone. Even if it's like a limo company, even it doesn't have to be specifically.
Uh-oh, she said it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Graz is going to
like
call
Gotham Gold Graz.
Here you go.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. He's going to call in. He's definitely going to touch base tonight. I didn't hear from him, so I'm not sure what's going on. Ooh, there we go. That's for you. Couple opens. So tell us, like Pete was asking, what you have on the board right now. I know, like you said, you have an IPA. Give us a breakdown. Pick one of your favorites up on that board and tell us a little bit about it.
I would probably pick, let's see, hey, what's up? Stay in the car, Frank. We'll go there. since I'm Frank right now. So
okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's a
Frank, stay in the car.
Single IPA.
Okay.
That had a pretty cool story with it. Cool name, Stay in the Car, Frank. During construction, we had one of our project managers who was the kind of guy, he knew everything and you couldn't tell him one thing because he was already thinking about it. And I would kind of mention things along the way, be like, hey, what about this? What about that? Hey, Frank, stay in the car, stay in the car, stay in the car. So
hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Put in the baby seat.
Yeah, put in the baby seat. Yeah. So that became we thought a good name to name that beer.
So tell us, the grain bill and building and everything else that's going to go into that.
Yeah. So that was pretty much a 2-row and Pilsner mix with some tons of flaked oats, flaked wheat, some carafoam in there for some extra texture, but pretty much a very simple grain bill. For most of our IPAs, especially like the New England style, we're not dropping any hops in the boil kettle during the boil. We'll boil for 90 minutes, and afterwards we'll drop the temperature down to about 180 and then do a whirlpool for about 30 minutes. And that's when we're starting to add the hops in there to get a lot of those flavor and aroma as opposed to the bitterness.
And what's your go-to hops right now?
Citra, is obviously one of our favorites. Amarillo,
that's crazy.
Mosaic.
You're really going out on a limb there.
Yeah, Galaxy. Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge. The challenge is trying to secure, those favorite
Trying to find
hops.
Galaxy hops.
Yes.
Why, you know somebody found them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just today was able to. It just popped up on a Luplian exchange.
Ooh.
It was for like $36 a pound for 2019. I couldn't get them fast enough, and they were gone. I got like 44 pounds, and they were gone. I was like, oh my god.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man. I did cartwheels.
Do you want to be friends?
I smell
a
collab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, those are pretty much the go-to, but
Just firing off DMs. Here it is. Sorry. So everyone's now DMing Steve because he has 44 pounds. He's shooting off. No, that's not it. Sorry.
Good Lord.
That was me playing with the soundboard. My bad.
Getting a little happy there.
Yeah. So you guys, is it easier to secure those types of ingredients in a different state, or is it just pretty much all around nationwide hard to find those really good, go-to hops?
Yeah, nationwide. I mean, it helps to have friends, in with the other brewers in this area because, sometimes, they'll grab a bigger, shipment here or there, and hopefully we can, work together with them. A lot of the breweries around here, like if they're getting puree from Oregon,
Oh yeah.
work together, put that on the same order.
Yeah. That shipping is killer. It's so
Yeah,
pricey.
especially from the West Coast.
So, we found most of the brewers around here, everybody's been very cool, very open, willing to work with each other. And,
It is that old saying, the brewing industry is 99% asshole-free. It's always that 1%, man.
Yeah, we all know who that 1% is.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a lot of stuff coming up. I see, on your social media and stuff like that. So give us a good idea of, the stuff that you have working or in the works for the next few months, because you guys have been around, 3 months now? So you guys have to have some big plans moving forward.
Yeah, we just had the Pittman Summer Swelter Festival here last weekend, or I guess it was 2 weekends ago now.
1,300 people.
Where, there was 1,300 people.
Oh, yeah.
Basically,
56 breweries here.
Yeah, so we're positioned in a indoor sports center down in South Jersey, which is pretty cool too. So
Sounds like you're calling from there right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You're in the racquetball court. Is it?
Surf.
So there was like 56
breweries
Yeah,
here.
56 breweries
Wow,
here.
on
So we had that. That was a very successful event. We have we were meeting with a lady tonight who works through Rowan University. There's a fossil park here where they're going to be this big dig and
world famous fossil park now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to be the host brewery for that.
Oh, wait. Is that the one? What's the name of it again?
The Edelman
Fossil Park at Rowan University.
Rowan University. Now, is that the one where if you walk in, it's like this big dome, and inside is all the prints of the dinosaurs that walk by?
Planetarium, maybe.
No, it's an old
quarry.
Yeah, it was a mine that they mined this filter.
Yep.
And then they discovered it had dinosaurs from like 55 million years ago.
Some famous dinosaurs.
So the township bought it, and then they sold it to Rowan.
Wow. I was at I was down in New Jersey for something, and we were crossing through, and I saw it popped up on my my thing here that there was a big, huge dinosaur area where people walked through and did all sorts of crazy stuff. And yeah.
Yes, they have these like community dig days, and they let you go down there and actually dig.
Really? You can go dig for dinosaurs?
Oh yeah. The kids love it.
That's pretty cool. My son wants to be a paleontologist, and
There you go.
that's right up his alley. I think.
How old is he? Is he 5?
What was that?
How old is
6.
he? 6. So yeah, I was
Oh, yeah.
close.
Yeah.
My niece wanted to be a paleontologist last year.
Really?
Now she
Yeah.
wants to be a veterinarian specifically for unicorns. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a tough field to get into.
Save
Yeah,
your
I know.
money in college. Do not get your doctorate in that. You will be ripped off. Hold on, gentlemen from Neck of the Woods. Give me 1 sec. We got somebody else on the phone. Who we got on the phone?
Joe.
Joe,
Sadden Brothers.
what's
Ocean
going
Hill.
on,
What's up,
buddy?
boys?
Joe was a guest on our show. He is part of the Ocean Hill Apple Brandy Distillery. Give us 1 sec. Let's finish up with Neck of the Woods, and then we'll get right on with you.
Cool.
All right, Joe. All right, gentlemen. So give us the, like I said, the future of what's going on. Yeah, I know you said you have that event coming up with the dinosaurs, but I'm talking more in terms of, expanding the brew house or anything like that. What are you looking to do? Are you doing any distribution, local stuff, kegging for restaurants?
How big is your facility?
So we have almost a 4,500 square foot facility here. We have a 10-barrel brew system. Right now, we were actually just talking about our first can release, so that's going to be our Inspiration Double IPA, New England style, 8%.
Juicy.
Yeah, and then we're.
Has it got those Galaxy hops in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll put some Galaxy.
There you go.
Know anybody?
No. Not here. Can't see me.
That seems like a good first can to go with. Double IPA and hazy. You can't
Something
really
solid, yeah, man.
Yeah, can't go wrong there.
Yeah, so I mean that's basically the plan is to get into distribution, with some of the local restaurants and bars, and move forward with this.
Awesome. All right, so give us the big plug, gentlemen. Where can they find your beer? Where you're located? Social media contacts, all that stuff.
We are located in Mantua, New Jersey, Neck of the Woods Brewing, and we are currently only available in our tap room. Like Frank mentioned, we are planning on distributing and eventually get out to the local bars and restaurants.
But on Facebook, we're Facebook, Neck of the Woods Brewing, Twitter at Now Brewery, Instagram, Neck of the Woods Brewing.
Yep.
That's where you can find us on social media, our website, neckofthewoodsbrewing.com.
Awesome. Pete and I will definitely be planning a day trip down to you to get down and try it out and have some good times with you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, thank you for having us on tonight. Appreciate
no
that.
problem.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, and congratulations again, like Michelle said. It's 3 months. You guys are going good. You look like you got a great facility, great stuff to work with, and I'm sure you'll be successful in this crazy world of ours right now where everyone can, basically profit and make a living on creating beer.
Well,
the way it should be.
I wouldn't say a profit or living.
Yes.
It's
not
fun.
nuts.
Yeah, it's fucking fun. Let me tell you. Guys, best of luck, man.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Once we get those Galaxy hops, we'll be good.
You fucking know it, man.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Later. So that was Frank. I forgot the other. I know their name.
Steve.
No.
I'm right here.
No.
I think it was like Dave or Dan.
Ronaldo.
Well,
I think
the
it was
guys
either
from Neck of the
Dave.
Woods. We appreciate you guys for calling in. That was awesome.
Nikita.
And we're making fun of you, Vita.
They're gonna keep changing your
I knew I was
she's
close.
fine.
There was eyes. in
We're only
there.
like 3 samples in. It's gonna get way worse.
Oh, this is nothing. This ain't shit. So, Joe, how's it going, buddy? How are you?
It's good. How are you guys doing?
Awesome, man. So thanks a lot for calling in. We didn't anticipate you calling in, but now that you have, tell us how things are going since we last spoke to you.
Great. Things are great. So we entered the Cocktail Expo, New York Cocktail Expo. It was in Astoria. And we took the People's Choice Award.
Nice.
And
Congrats.
It was pretty cool. The judges snubbed us a little bit, but then the
Fuckers.
Them.
yeah.
Bowl
But
lickers.
things are great. They're coming along. I've acquired some Calvados from France.
Hey, listen, this is a family show. No cursing.
No cursing. Fuck's wrong with you?
Got him on that one.
I got a blend coming out next. I got 750 milliliter bottles.
Oh,
we're
nice.
at 90 proof now instead of 80.
Jesus Christ.
It's
What do you-
phenomenal. And
When is it flammable?
At what point can we light this shit on fire?
Soon.
Tomorrow.
That'll probably be our 4th or 5th SKU.
All right.
So maybe a year away. Why not?
Sure. Just go ahead. So you guys, tell us a little bit about this contest. So you enter it.
They have this cocktail expo, and all the big
you
brands
tell
are
me
there.
that.
Bullet, Tangerine, everybody. About 60.
Get out of here. Like the big names are there too?
distilleries. Yep, and then
Nice.
what they do is they sponsor a bartender. So I got my one account,
Okay.
and I put 2 bartenders in. They had 2 different sessions, The first session was a tiki throwdown. The second session was the cocktail of the year, and we mixed it with some apple cider,
Good idea.
New York State maple, a little orange bitters. Dynamite cocktail. It'll be on a few different fall menus. And it went really well.
I think already tonight we have spanned the gamut of alcohol besides wine. Although if you count the Meadworks that we spoke about, they do count as wine a little bit. So, pretty cool. So what's the bigger plan here? Are you been out there talking, trying to get the stuff out there?
So when I met you guys, I was pre-release, and I cracked my first barrel. I got 14 cases off of that, and I sold it out in like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
So I got a problem.
One of those good problems.
Was it an alcohol problem? Hopefully you didn't drink it all
I'm a
yourself.
man of distillery, so I'm running on a real small rig.
Okay.
And I need bigger equipment. I need a bigger space and to get the bank money.
Yep.
Obviously, you got to validate the whole thing, which I think I've just done. So now it's just I imported this, and I'm making a blend to offset my volume. And I got a dynamite product, and we're going to see what happens next.
Now, did you find a real estate spot? Are you set up somewhere now?
I'm still in East New York.
Okay.
I have my eyes on a piece of property in the Navy Yard.
Okay.
And then we'll open up a bar. It'll be, New York State craft beer, New York State craft wine, and then the cocktail menu obviously be all branch-based.
Oh, that's sweet.
And there's a lot of events down there at the Naval Yard, right? So it's good for foot
Yeah,
traffic and
they
shit,
got a
right?
lot of .coms.
I thought did Transmitter just open there?
Yep.
Yeah, Transmitter's there now too. So you got a very good, not saison. What's their big? Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like farmhouse. They do a lot of like
they do a lot of
sours and stuff like that. So
sours are big now, man. How do you guys feel about the sours?
Now, along with this, because I'm really, as a former bartender, I'm really curious about this contest. Tell me how that works. So, I mean, you get these two bartenders in there. They have their recipe. Is it a lot about, obviously, the taste? So how much of that then rides on the shoulders of the bartenders?
It's pretty much a cocktail event.
Okay.
And, the bartenders are looking for sponsors. For me, I was just looking for, two great bartenders, and I went after my first account, my first cocktail menu, and, she went after the tiki, and then I pulled this guy, Joe, from one of my locals here, and he was actually the mixologist from the Ritz-Carlton in Hawaii.
Ooh,
he just came back to New York.
That's a fucking gig right there.
You should do it. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready, and he's like, just sponsor me. So, I
Sponsor
put up
me.
the money. I got
Let me
him
touch
in.
you so I can go with you. I would like to go with him somewhere. I can be his plus
the guy
one.
Just, he blew me away.
Ooh.
And it was great. It was great.
Does this contest, like you said, involves the big guys, but how many of the local spirits are there involved with this?
So I think there was roughly like 60 vendors there. You had 4 other craft guys from New York, and then you had a lot of craft guys from outside of New York trying to break in. A few distilleries, micro distilleries down in Virginia. I think there was one guy from Philly. A lot of small, but I would say it was like 60%, big business.
Nice.
And then it was really highlighting the craft cocktail scene in New York. And the guy that puts the event on is the Long Islander, and the vast majority of the bartenders are all, local guys, either New York City or Long Island.
So you get a good sampling from the people. You're getting your feedback from people that are local and are in a big city and big scene. So that's a credit to you and scoring what you scored for that. You were going to say something. Sorry, I didn't want to really cut you off, but I did.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it went real well.
Awesome.
It went real well.
Awesome.
I'd like to get back out and see you guys again.
Yeah, when you got that
whenever you want.
Iteration.
When you get that next iteration, we'd definitely take a sampling of that. What you brought in was awesome. I cracked mine open sometime shortly after you were in here, and it is now gone. Just so you know. And by the way, I did mix it at home with apple cider and orange bitters.
I need to be here for this.
Perfect.
Yeah. This is real deal. So
saying.
this is the BrewBabe Michelle Pagano from the Homebrew Club Hand Grenades. How do you say that? Is it just hand grenades and home brews?
Well,
now it's called
home brews and hand grenades.
Home brews and hand
right
grenades.
now
Okay.
I'm part of like a tri club, and the acronym is ASLIC.
What?
So yeah,
Asslick?
The Asslick Club.
It's Association of
I've
Long
been,
Island
I've been in that club.
Homebrewers.
Charter member. Steve Haminsky, charter member of the Asslick Club.
President from 2002.
So I'm a member of the Asslick Club.
All right.
That's the name of the organ.
What?
I really have a
what
even
Mensa
more
candidate
I didn't
came
come
up
up
with
with
this?
this.
Yeah, really.
This acronym.
I just.
I just.
So Michelle,
I did not come up with this.
So anyway, what I was going with really quick is that Michelle cannot drink regular beer. She has to drink gluten-free beer because she has celiac. And
Asslick all helps.
And right.
Well, the guys in the whole group.
Right.
Asslick gets me far, so.
I bet it does.
Smart. I think I'm blushing. So she we'll definitely invite her back down when you come in. Let us know availability in the next few months, and when you got that the new thing coming out, and we'll come down here. Yeah,
I would assume
we can mix
Apple.
it.
Holy shit! Hold
Oh
on.
man, we gotta collab.
Brainstorm.
I would assume
Right,
apple
collab,
brandy is
Michelle.
gluten free,
Right,
Joe.
collab.
Right?
Let's do this.
You're gluten free, right,
Do it.
Joe? The Ocean Hill stuff.
Yeah, I'm 100% gluten free.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's awesome.
He's
Dunzo.
excited.
Now,
Yes.
No, it is very
what
good.
I am really, really interested in. So you put that stuff in barrels, don't you?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
I know where he's going with
I
this.
can
Go
go
ahead. I
on
learned this in
Rudy's
school.
Mead, but there's no green. There's no
Joe
green.
from Meadworks also had the same
Yeah,
idea.
same exactly.
How about them barrels there, you know?
Yeah, I have to follow up with him. He reached out a few times, and I kind of dropped the ball on that. But yeah, I still want to get.
Fuck Joe.
Fuck
I'm
Joe.
in now.
This is
Sorry, Joe,
this
you
is Steve from Barrage.
Steve from Barrage will help you out a lot more than Joe can.
You guys are brutal.
Yeah, dude,
That's
it is
gross.
like a feeding frenzy out here in Long Island for
I
good
feel
barrels.
like we're that 1% we were talking about before.
Yeah, it probably is.
90% nice guys and
Yep.
then 1% us.
Asslicks.
Asslicks.
Us ass lickers.
Asslick.
Yeah, the only person I give the barrels to thus far is Bridge and Tunnel, and he put that stout in it, and
Yeah.
it jacked it up. It
Yeah, that was
jacked it
awesome.
up, like knock you over stout.
Which one? It wasn't the
It was the
spicy one. It wasn't.
Old Gil Martin.
Yes.
And then he put it in my apple brandy barrels, and it had to come off at least like 15-16%. It didn't taste boozy though, but I had 2 pints of it, and I literally like fell off the stool. I was just like, I can't.
Rich will
And
fuck
I'm
you
not,
up.
you know, and I love stouts. I like beer, but it was just too much.
I love watching Rich work. He's the head bartender and the brewer, and he's doing it all at the same time while running
He's
that
a
tap
maniac.
room. He is. I've never seen anyone.
And he has a full-time job that's not
brewing.
running a brewery, right?
Yeah.
Well, because obviously it's not as profitable as we all thought it
Oh,
would
no,
be.
it is not.
No. Joe, give us the last big plug here before we let you go. We're going to take a break before we get into our other callers. So it's Joe from Sadden Brothers,
Sadden
but
Brothers.
your
Sadden
brand
Ocean
is
Hill Apple Brandy.
Ocean Hill Apple Brandy.
Yeah, just give me a follow on Instagram,
Mhm.
and look for me because I'm going to start stretching around the island pretty soon.
Nice.
But Ocean Hill Apple Brandy, 9 out of 10 craft brewers drink brandy.
Yeah, well, that could. Steve?
I pour that stuff all over myself. You kidding me?
And if anyone's looking for the backstory on Joe, he's was on episode 31. You can find on Spotify, on the Hopped Up Network, on our website, and of course on iTunes. Episode 31 with Joe from Sadden Brothers. So thanks a lot, buddy, for calling in. And awesome stuff happening from you. We anticipate some really great stuff, and now I guess some networking and collaboration with
I
apple
just
ciders and
following him
Yeah,
now on
Steve's
Instagram.
already looking down for barrels.
What?
I'm all over this, kids.
Yeah.
Bruzo, you're out.
I would definitely love to collaborate with you.
Yeah, bro.
Awesome.
I'm
Steve
in
as
for that.
well.
Me too.
Shut up.
Well, no, she's using the liquid. You're using the wood.
Look.
Listen, we can.
Well, after the ass licking, I got wood over here. Well.
We can figure this out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't like the way this is going.
He's just going to watch the two of you duke it out.
Look how it's going to go. She's
Yeah.
good looking. I'm gobbling. How's this going?
No, well, she's going to get the liquid, and you're going to get the wood. That's
all I want is the wood.
There you go. All right, Joe.
Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Mike P, have a great night. Thank you.
Too, buddy.
See you.
Everyone, bro.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
This is the word Mikey P, GovsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back after this.
Internet radio versus whatever that alien shit is. Whose idea was this anyway?
This is the word Mike at PeteGubsRadio.com. We're back here live. We are broadcasting on Facebook. We're broadcasting on YouTube. We're broadcasting on our own website, GubsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. And with that, we have a caller. Who's on the phone with us? Or not?
Yep.
They hung up. They didn't hear it. All right,
There
we'll
he
take
is.
it. We'll take it. So we're Mike and Pete. Who we got on the phone?
How you doing? It's Dan. from
What's
Long
up,
Beach Brewing.
Dan?
What up, buddy?
Hi, Dan.
What's
It's
going
Michelle.
on, everyone? What's up, Michelle? How are you?
How are you?
Michelle the BrewBabe's in studio with us. Also Steve from Barrage.
Hello.
And Akita.
Hello there, Steve.
Okay, apparently.
It's Dominica. Fucking get it right, Dominica.
Try to get a reaction so she talks on the air.
Right.
Yeah, something.
Don't you see how this works?
Trying to get a little riled up a little
That's
bit.
all right. So, Dan,
How is everyone tonight?
we're doing great. Exciting news. You have started brewing. Tell us what the fuck is going on.
Now who's fucking calling?
That's Graz.
So, first off, guys, thank you very much for being what's going on with us.
No problem,
We
Dan.
really
Thanks.
appreciate the support from you guys and everybody out there. It's been a long journey for us, and finally we were able to brew our very first batch of beer.
Nice.
So can we ask what were you brewing yesterday?
Yeah, which one is it? Because you were very discreet.
He just said beer. What the
No.
We had to brew something that we haven't brewed before because
Oh.
we needed to dial our system in and make sure we were going to hit our targets. And we've had our 5 beers in the market for over a year now, and people are kind of already know what those taste like. So brewing for the first time on this big system that we have never brewed on before.
Oh, so this is like for production. This isn't like a fucking test batch then.
Well, yeah, we are going to release this beer if all goes well. It's an older recipe that I had brewed just on our pilot system. It's I'm going to tell you guys what it is. Nobody knows yet. You guys will be the first.
The exclusive
Breaking
here
news.
on the
Right.
Wort.
Breaking news. So we are releasing a German-style alt beer.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Pete was waiting. That's like you waiting for the sex of the baby. It's a boy. Yes.
It's a style release party.
It's dynamite.
Love it.
So us
Not-
over at Long Beach Brewing Company. We really love our German and Belgian style beers, and
That is my favorite style, by the way, in German beers.
Really? Yeah.
Alt beer, man, a really good alt beer.
Nothing better.
Oh, so good.
well, I hope we hit the mark with it.
I hope you do, because I want to drink that, man.
We haven't released the name yet because we're just kind of holding on. But I'm
about
going to tell
alt-rock?
you guys too another first. So obviously you guys all know that it's taken us a long time to get this whole project together.
Nah, no way. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of difficulties with the manufacturer of our brew house.
That sucks.
We had a lot of setbacks with dealing with them. Finally, everything came together. We had a couple of the people, like our electrician and whatnot, who really pulled together to get us up and running because the company we purchased our brew house from kind of just left us high and dry.
Pricks.
Well, whatever.
Dick move.
They got their money and felt like that it was okay for us to get half of our equipment and then 5 months later get the rest of it. But
Not cool.
No, that's totally the way it should be done, right? I mean,
Right, yeah, of
call me
course.
naive, but
yeah. So we had a lot of setbacks with that. But now we're basically all together now. So it's all together now.
Look at you.
I see what you did.
All together now.
Nice.
All together now.
All together now.
Exactly. A little play on words. We're just trying to make it fun.
So is
and-
it? You
and
said
have a
this
good
was
time.
to dial the system in. Is it? I guess you didn't want to brew a whole practice batch. I guess of Ghost Wave or.
Well, people know of our Ghost Wave, and it's basically has been our best-selling beer up till now. And to try to hit the target numbers, I guess Steve, you understand what that's like. You come up, you have a whole big new system, and now you're going to try to brew the beer that everybody knows on.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know if you're going to hit your numbers. And,
Yep.
get your efficiency the way you want. So we took a stab at it, and we were pretty much very, very close and dialed it in really, really well. We had a lot of help from Dan Moss.
Dan Moss,
The
man.
real.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Dan, can I just tell you something? I didn't even recognize him without that big mama muff off of his chin. I couldn't even figure out. Just looking at it, I had to read below.
All I can say about that man is he's golden, man. He's the best. He's got the best attitude, and he was extremely psyched to get his brewing boots back on. So yeah, he's just the man. So we did a really good job, and everything went well. And we're excited to see how it comes out. And if everything
50-50.
is absolutely perfect, which like I said, we came very close to the numbers we were looking for.
Yeah.
And everything seems right, and hopefully we'll have a good beer to put out there for you guys to
Sounds awesome,
enjoy for the upcoming Oktoberfest season, which starts on the 20
So excited
on the
for you.
27th, correct?
27th?
Sure.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe is.
Works for me.
It is now.
Whatever you want it to be.
Well, you know what?
Oh, what, the
It's
Dubco?
Oktoberfest.
The Dubco gig?
I'm done with summer.
Dude, so whenever I start seeing fucking Oktoberfest beers, though, on the shelf before Labor Day,
Graz.
it's fucking aggravating.
Graz, that
Who
you?
was like,
Southern Tier released theirs in July. They're pumpkin.
fuck them?
July.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw
A little
that.
too soon.
A little bit.
What
Just
is
a little
that?
bit.
I was
Little
kind
bit.
of surprised I didn't see like Brooklyn Summer Ale available until like, after Memorial Day. Like it wasn't like on the shelf till,
January.
like,
I
July.
want it until January.
But I was like, you know what? Good for them. They didn't release it in fucking March, like a lot of other companies.
I'm just excited to get the stuff out to you guys. It's been a long coming, and I think we've paid our dues at this point.
A little
man.
bit. Fall's a great time to open up, man. Though fall's a great beer season. You got your stouts, your Marzens. I know you're a Marzen fan, right, man? We talked about that.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Did you?
When are you brewing Shipwrecks Black?
Yeah. I know you love that beer.
Sure do.
We do.
We
We
are
drank the
definitely
shit out of it
gonna
at Rocket Talk.
Yes, that actually was such a great day. I had a good time with you guys that
It was
day.
fun.
But we our plan is to get a couple of rounds of Ghost Wave into the market.
Okay.
Because we haven't had any cans out there for quite some time. And then get our Pilsner brewed, and then straight to the Shipwreck and our Vienna Lager.
Nice. Do you have a target date? Not announcing an opening date. A target date of when you want to open?
Of course, our tasting room.
Yes.
Well, tasting room, again, because we're always plagued with issues. We're still waiting on the town of Hempstead.
Fucking A.
No, not the town. They're so easy to deal with.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on that, and so right now, as long as we can get some production and get some beer out there,
That's what it's it, brother.
Make a little money to
we've
pay
gotta
the bills.
Be content with what we got.
Nice. And now, how far is Dan going to be working with you? Is he now continuing on with you, or has his initiation stopped, or what's the deal?
Well, we kind of have Dan around as a consultant. Where he's helping us out when help needed. He's got his day gig where he is now in a venture where he sells one-way kegs,
I got them, bro. They are awesome.
Yeah.
P-tainers.
P-tainers.
You do use them.
Yep.
They look almost like plastic, right?
They are plastic with
They are.
with a liner.
And by almost, I mean they are plastic.
They are
right? Yeah,
plastic.
I know what I'm talking about.
And we use them a lot when we send them, far distance, upstate New York, into Manhattan.
I think your son was telling me about that because you guys had so many accounts that just weren't sending you kegs back and shit, right?
That's bullshit.
It's just terrible.
I mean, we've already lost so many kegs in the
man.
market. Like, people just do not give them back.
Oh, no, they give them back. They give them back to Claire Rose and Bonin and Manhattan and fucking everybody else.
Just basically whoever wants them can have them.
You got it. That's what happens.
I'm going to tell you this, and we're going back probably 12 years. There's a reason why I have 2 slim kegs in my garage. I took them from where I used to work. They were basically never taken back by either Claire Rose or whoever was delivering, and they sat there for probably 10 months. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to go brewing these. And I took them home, and I ended up brewing in them. So
There
you
you
know
go.
that's what happens to them if they're not taken care of, or if you don't have someone to grab them, pick them up, or someone specific to slap a label on there, or they have a destination back. You're not going to get them back. So tell me, I mean, you probably know a little more about this than you, Steve, by having one. Are they single use?
Single use.
Okay.
Single use. You can keep beer in them. I believe it's anywhere from 8 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And then the actual it starts to degrade.
What's the liner then?
It's a plastic liner.
Okay.
And they come fully clean, sanitized, ready to fill.
Ready to fill.
Really?
And then once they're done, there's a little tool that comes with it.
Oh, to like
where they could off gas it, crush it, and throw it in the recycle bin.
Get out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's really like
economical, eco-friendly, right?
We build in the price into wherever we sell it.
Right.
And I think they're like $16 a
Get out of here.
slim.
That's it?
Yeah.
Versus how much? Like it's like $100 for like an aluminum, right?
For a slim, anywhere from $69 to like $80,
Yeah.
depending on where you get them from.
Right, for the slims.
Yep.
And if you're not getting it back every time, that
it's forget it.
Yeah.
And we
Burn
bought
up your
them
money.
again to send distance.
Yeah.
And we were running out of cooperage again, so I'm like, we got to do something. But I'm not going to spend another $20,000 on more kegs.
Fuck.
So we picked those up.
Nice.
Yeah,
they're great.
We rent our kegs.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys do
Keg credit.
Yep, keg credit. Yep.
And they so far they've been great. I like the product they send. It's American. They're American stainless steel, but manufactured in Germany. So
Jawohl.
then they just do a good job on them. They're nice and whatever. It's
At least it's
you gotta-
worry free in a sense. It's not kind of yours. You just
Well, what I like about what this company offers is free tracking, so you could go always. You always know where your kegs are.
you have to kick in the door and say, "Where's my fucking keg?"
Yeah, no other keg
Uh-oh.
rental company offers.
It got
free
sexy in
tracking.
the O'Toole room. Eric,
The
lights
hold
are
on a sec.
off.
Dan, Eric,
Is
what are you
there
doing
some
in there?
sweet guy-on-guy action going on
What's
in
the
there?
problem?
Oh, look who it is.
You got a problem?
No problem.
You got a lot of people in this. You didn't even mention my name from the beginning of the show.
Did
she
you
had
call?
to she had to mention limo.
Who did?
And then I freaked in.
when we talk about the brew bus.
Were you
that's
just
right.
on the phone eating a whole bag of fucking chips?
No, I was wrapping your present for your wife,
Ah.
penis. That our kids are in the same class. I got her a gift.
That was the story that was going around this
I'm
week.
so excited.
Where's Brew Boobs? Where's
She's
Brew
a-
Boobs?
she's
Oh,
here.
The Brew
Say
Girl.
hi.
Hello,
The
how
Brew
are you?
Babe.
You don't have to
Oh,
answer
my
to that.
God.
Just so
I
you know,
have
you
an
don't have to
answer, but
respond.
I don't want to offend him.
Oh, there you go.
You
Well,
can offend him.
Yeah, there's
I'm
it's
the
not gonna
bad part
happen.
of the show.
Did
Barrage,
you-
Stephen Barrage is shaking his head.
That's it.
I'm on this side shaking my head.
There you go.
What's
It's Dan from Long Beach, Graz.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
going on? How you doing? Get those limos running, man. Bring those people touring.
I miss you. Hold on. Wait,
Ocean,
Eric, move over, Eric.
He can't hear anything. Hold on, he's got to put the headphones
Sorry,
on.
Eric. The talent has showed up. Let me.
God.
Hi, Steve from
boy.
Barrage.
What's up, brother?
Hi, Brew Babes. How are you? Michelle.
Babes.
No, what is it? I don't even know.
This is Anita. You got
Hi,
to say it
Anita.
just like that.
I'm Graz. How are you?
Not Anita. Anita. You gotta say it with a T.
What does Anita do?
She just looks good over there.
She's
That's about
she's
it.
actually
Is she the
Michelle's.
Brew Babe?
No, but like Michelle was telling us a story. So now that we're there, Dan, hold on a second. Michelle had a blog previous to where she is now, and she was kind of looking to like give it all up, and she kind of now gives Anita all the credit for kind of pushing her to do what she's doing now, and she's like. Yeah, she did. Her posse. This is
I
her
need
manager.
that. I need a posse.
You need a manager.
I need a manager.
You really do.
You need a
really
hype
do.
man.
It's at the.
No,
I'm
he
here
has a
3
hype
and
man.
Listen, Mike. I'm here
Yeah.
3.5 years. I need
know.
a posse.
You need something.
Michelle, are you the same girl that we met at Herkshire Park?
Was that the
Herkshire?
And are you the same
Yeah,
guy?
that's
who-
right.
I love that place.
Are you the
Herkshire.
same guy who offended me the first time?
Oh,
I just wanted to
probably.
know. I can't see because it's dark in there, but judging from that comment,
Or the
I
Met-
was
or the Mets
offended.
fan.
It's like
It is slightly comedy. I apologize. I apologize. It isn't a.
Sexism is not funny.
Here we go.
Don't start.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
that's it.
Down, Tiger.
Do
I know where you're
not
going.
start.
I
I'm
know where
like
you're
the
going,
least
Tiger.
sexist person here. I just.
What, least sexy or?
Yeah, well, that's
Well, that too.
Have you taken a look at me?
If you get a manager, where would you? What do you think that manager's role would be for you?
Probably not to get in trouble with a person like
Yeah,
Michelle.
exactly.
Right?
I have
Like
a
the
mouth
PR.
as big as my boobs, so you better watch out because I will sing and yell like a canary.
There you
So
go.
Better watch
Dan's
it
in the
over
Wait,
there.
background
are you
loving
this-
it.
Is she
I'm
the
just
same?
I'm just sitting here shaking my
Dan
head.
knows. Dan knows. Dan's always been another supporter.
But wait a minute. There's a picture.
100%, Michelle. Always supporting you.
Michelle, is there a
Thank
picture?
you.
Is that a picture of her on the Instagram?
Yeah, there are many pictures on Instagram.
No, but on the Wort
Yes.
on the Wort one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a nice picture. Okay.
Thank you. It's
Oh,
an
thanks.
old. It's
Oh,
a
it was
5
me?
years.
Wait.
Yeah,
What?
I don't dress like that.
I honestly, when I posted, I just did an Instagram thing. I didn't want to grab. There was the Instagram pictures that you have aren't like presentable. I wanted I put a picture of Steve up there. He had like headshots done, and then I found one of you. Just
Steve has a really cool headshot.
whole
He's
neck
got a
tulip.
cool
Yeah.
headshot that I've seen. That was a vintage one that I really like.
And I didn't,
I've
You
heard
gotta
about that.
see this one.
I've heard about this.
I've heard of this one. Hold on. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to put you.
I think that's in the C block. We're gonna get to that.
I didn't want to, like downplay it because he's got this like professionally done shot, and I looked really nice. That was like the
Courtesy of
nice
Nico
picture that you-
Chromatius.
Definitely a feminine photo.
Yeah,
it's all
absolutely.
aspects of
And you had
who
the
I am.
mustache growler and everything.
Right,
so it's
mustache.
perfect.
I don't know if they still are, but they were gluten reduced at one point.
Were
so-
they?
Yeah, they were.
And that's another, husband and wife team, correct?
Yeah, I believe it's Lori and Matt, right?
Yep. Lori and Matt.
And then, you have the Big Alice couple as well.
Mhm.
There's a lot of representation in the industry. So, and we've
Sure.
had shows, several shows about Backward Flag down in AC, Beer Fest, and just the insurgence of women in the industry. So,
Oh, yeah, the
like I said, I
show
wanted
she
to,
called in was almost all.
Oh, that's
women.
right. That was that show. I forgot about that.
Well,
We
after
had,
41,
yeah,
after
okay.
41 shows, I finally found two people that don't like me in the industry.
There's one.
There's one.
Well, you're the
And
1%, by the way.
And the other one. And the other one. And the
Hashtag you too.
It's hard because you're the 1%. But
And who's the other guy? For the guy from the big shot from the brewing company over at Hertfordshire. Who was that? Hertfordshire.
Heckshire, yeah.
Heckshire.
Or Heckshire. Wait, the guy that was on with us?
He did that whole. They had a whole brewing contest there. There's 16 different brewers got involved in that. The big guy that was on.
Greg. Was it Greg? Not from
I wasn't
from
there.
LA BME.
Yes, the big guy.
Yeah, we've had him on before.
He said I
too.
was
He
annoying.
came on.
He said I was
at Nassau
annoying at
Coliseum.
best.
Yes, yeah. Well, he listens every week.
It's got to be one of the Kelly
Beardley
brothers.
Brewing?
Yes, yeah.
One of the Kelly brothers. I don't know which.
Beardley.
Yes, correct.
He said when I come on, the segments change, so I'm going to just sit in the
Yeah,
back and
that's
listen.
Enjoy. Come have a beer.
No, I'll be all right. I have a gift for Pete
Well,
later.
do you want to present it now?
No, I
You
don't.
can do it
I
on
don't know.
air.
I don't know if I should stay or not. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, it's not- You apologize. We're all good now.
All right.
You could stay
Okay.
because if you leave, she's going to still stab you in the parking lot anyway. So
She might as well take it straight to the face.
Steve has a point right
Yes, he
here.
does.
Well, you have a point.
Dan,
It's
back
gonna
to you
go
really
in
quick.
his neck.
Talk to me.
So you had this obviously summer of hell going on with you and trying to get everything going. I know you can't really, like I said, set a date. You said your target date was looking at sometime in October, maybe?
Well, we were really hoping to be open for the summer this summer, but that did not happen. And we're still just waiting on the variances from Town of Hempstead. We're still waiting for a hearing date.
Right.
So
Does it take a while?
It just takes forever.
Yeah. I mean, did you find like your brothers in arms over there at like Barrier, and who else is opening up over there? I guess I forgot.
I think South Shore Brewing Company or something like that.
Yeah, South Shore, who's going to be on the show in a few weeks.
I haven't
Huey
met
and
them
Nick.
yet personally.
Huey in the
but,
news?
You know,
Yes.
we're excited.
Huey
about
Lewis
it.
in the news. Yes.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah, they're trying to open up down there as well.
They're, I believe, around the corner from us, if you will.
Wow, another
You know,
destination hub that we were talking about earlier.
Hey, Dan,
And, yeah.
is Flying Belgian with you guys still, or?
Yeah, Kevin is definitely still, an alternate proprietor with us.
Cool, man.
He's, he's working on getting his equipment up and running as far as getting his fermenters together.
Right.
So, we're looking forward to seeing what Kevin's going to put out as well. Obviously, the main concern for us at this point was getting our own stuff
Yeah, of
up and
course.
running first.
Why wouldn't it be?
But we have his fermenters hooked up now, and he's just got to finish doing what he's got to do.
So is that a separate brew house in the building? Is that how that works, Dan?
No, we'll be brewing. We'll be brewing with him on our system.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are going to rotate, take
for-
turns, do what you got to do, come up with a plan.
Exactly.
Scheduling, yeah.
So when
That's
he
going to be
needs-
tough,
when-
man.
Dan, let me ask you a question. Is that like an alternating proprietorship?
Yes.
Got it.
The business end. So what does that mean? Like, give us the details on how that would work.
Oh, basically, it's our brewery. You know, it's our facility, and Kevin basically will be renting time to produce his own product.
Okay.
Right, to produce his product with us, and he'll take care of all of his cellaring, and all of that stuff is separate from us. He does what he needs to do, but it's, you know, our brew house. When we do have the tasting room open, we will be serving his beer in our tasting room.
So does he have like a couple dedicated tap lines, or?
Without a doubt, we're definitely going to make it available to him so that he can get some product sold in house as well too.
Cool.
We're just trying to make it a friendly location, and do the right thing and have other have other people's beers available, as well as mostly our own, but have a guest line here and there. We've seen a lot of other breweries have guest lines.
You guys are a farm brewery?
We are a New York State farm brewery,
Cool.
yes.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of, like Brewers Collective. I know Great South Bay, they always have a few guest taps open. Is this the first brewery that has, the alternating proprietorship there, where you have two breweries operating out of the same building? Is that?
Well, not really. A Lithology Brewing Company, their space was originally Taste of
Long
Long
Island, yeah, man.
And, 1940s came out of there.
Yeah, Brewers Collective as well.
Brewers
right?
Collective,
Yep.
Yeah, a lot
Actually,
of people came out of
Nightmare
there.
actually started in there too.
Really?
Yep.
Billy
brewed for the guy that owned it. He
Right.
brewed his beers.
Oh.
And
unfortunately, the guy that owned it,
Learn something new
didn't
every day.
allow Billy to shine.
no,
Billy-
and then tried to sue him.
Exactly. So
This guy was just.
I think a lot of people know the story, what happened to Billy.
Yeah,
and
man.
it's
Well,
just-
it turned out well. That's all I know.
It's amazing to see how successful he's becoming. It's really great.
I saw a post for one of his, he was doing a can release, and I saw like all the fucking states that it was available in.
Yeah,
it was
he's
mind-boggling.
He's with 12%.
Yeah, so that distros everywhere.
okay.
Yeah, it's crazy how much people all over the country know about it, and they've been trading it online. Like I monitor the beer trades a lot. That's a hot ticket item.
Yeah,
hot ticket item.
Yeah, man.
That and like Root and Branch and.
I have a Nightmare here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Which one do you have?
Yep.
Yep.
I saw it on the shelf at Hopscotch yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I probably should
Was
grab
it the
that.
Goza?
Fine, I'll
Or
just
is it
drink
double?
this jerk stole by myself.
Oh, no. Oh,
No, you
I'll take a little jerk over here. Please, Steve. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't had that one. That's
Exposure.
Is it the quadruple? No.
An Imperial.
Oh, boy, it's
Can I see the
10%.
can on
That's 10%.
Yeah, anything
Nice.
Billy makes is usually 10% or more, right?
Well, those are session beers right there.
He's living in a whole different world.
His
A whole nother-
his Imperials are 22%.
We'll make one of our beers. We'll be like, hey guys, it's 5%. We'll be like, wow.
Well,
it's like-
Bill's like, what is that? You guys put anything in it? Was that water? What,
Yeah,
5%?
well, listen, our whole
She's a
goal
little
is always-
flaked out. It's okay. She's a little flake.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not enough yeast,
Yeah.
I think, for my taste.
Mike, what'd you pour me here?
Oh, you have... Shit, what did I pour you?
I don't know. It looks like this can right here. Look.
I can't see. Oh, yes. So I got
from
some treats.
Treehouse.
Dan, you should be so happy you're
I
not
have
here.
some treats for everybody here. I have
For some
Treehouse
reason, I
beer.
wish I
Where's
was.
Steve from? Where's Barrage's? Where's Barrage's beer?
It's over
Did he
here.
bring any
It's
beer?
in here.
You want to switch out with me?
Well, he's at Farmingdale, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I saw that place. Pretty nice place.
Yeah.
Not bad. My
Guys,
friends,
barrier.
My friends go over there. I think, you know what,
It's a
Steve? I
running
think you're
joke.
right. It is Barry. You're right. I forgot.
He,
Shots fired. Here we go.
Here we go.
Remember, Steve?
Wait, I
I
don't have
created
it.
this whole network right here. Remember?
Oh, nope, that's the
Oh,
ball.
nope.
There it is. Oh, wait, the shot's fired.
Yep.
Sorry. There it is.
See my
I
small
pushed the wrong
picture?
buttons.
See my small picture on the wall?
Mine's even smaller, just so you know.
We got a nice
Am I even
picture
on
of you
it?
coming up with Inns
Yeah?
and you. Yep. We
All
got
right,
a nice
good,
picture.
nice.
I'm getting you a picture of you and Pete. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
we try to
nice.
like put the stuff up on the history of the radio station. We've had Jolly Cole was doing a show. Jackie the Joke Man was in here for a while, And the guys that are running it during the day now got into some local, publications.
Knock 'em dead.
Yep. So
we
they're
have 14 shows now.
14. It's getting up there. So
We start-
GubsRadio.com
it was just
is expanding.
Right? It was the Wort with Mike and Pete.
No, you were actually the first podcast on there.
NY Sports Mafia and
Yep.
Limo Talk.
And Limo Talk, yeah. And then we creeped in there about 41 shows ago.
And Steve's going to host his new show, Why I Hate Graz, at Gubs Radio.
No, that's Michelle.
Yeah, that's Michelle. Steve is going to be probably our third host at this point.
Yeah, Steve, it's the Mike, Pete, and Steve show.
That's pretty much it. He's been here enough that we can actually probably start putting him on the bill, featuring, like Jim Norton was with Opie and Anthony.
Yeah,
right?
not wrong with that.
It's O&A with Jim Norton. Now
Jim
it's
Norton, right?
M&P with Steve from Barrage.
What is this now?
So what I did was, and I got down on the phone, so let me just finish up with him, and then we'll talk quickly about that. And you can give Pete his gift, and it's just sitting there staring at him in the face. Dan, so when you finally do open, and hopefully that's sooner than later, what do you have planned besides just running the standard ones that you've been releasing between the Hells and the Shipwreck? What's the next thing up that you haven't brewed before and released to the public?
Well, what we're hoping to release soon would be a couple of Belgian styles that we have. One of them that we call the Cork Soaker. Exactly.
You should have told me you were going to mention that.
Quote, love it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Belgian
Cork
style
Soaker.
triple.
It's an SNL bit.
Yeah.
And we ferment that out with figs, raisins, and coconut palm sugar.
That sounds delicious.
Dan, can I influence you to start creating at least one or two gluten-free beers?
Listen, I would love to do something with Michelle anytime she wants.
Nice.
How about
One
some
day
chicha?
in the future, we will do something.
Dan introduced me to chicha.
That sounds.
There you go.
That
He
sounds
was the
really
first.
good.
He told me about it years ago.
I don't know. It sounds sexual.
I don't know what it is.
It's actually pretty interesting how it's made.
What is it?
Go ahead, Dan.
It's basically.
Is it the chewing of the
So,
corn
yes,
and spitting it
so-
out?
Oh,
Yes,
so that on
so,
the
yeah.
Dogfish head,
Yes.
Sam.
Although we wouldn't probably chew and spit, right? we
No,
would just kind of like let it,
Did they do
way worse
do the
joke.
whole like.
Way worse joke.
I did.
I didn't say nothing.
Let Steve take care of that. I've seen that. That's a really cool process, and obviously it has some ancient roots to it, and everything is very historical. And what does it come in as? Does it have that I'm trying to think of the flavor.
It's corn, right?
It's
Basically,
corn,
so
yeah,
you're
it's mice.
Right.
Is
It's
that how you say
made
it? I
out of
always thought it
corn.
was maize.
And
I always thought it was maize.
The enzymes in your spit actually
I don't know.
help it to start fermenting.
Okay.
But
It's like natural
many
yeasts.
moons ago, I made one and fermented it out with pineapples in it, and it came out absolutely terrific.
So is that almost like a wild ale, like where you have spontaneous fermentation then, or
Exactly.
It could be.
Yeah.
I've done something similar, but it's definitely not a grain. I've done tapache, which is fermented pineapples.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
What do you do with that?
It's super.
Drink it.
It's
Drink the sugar.
You just
Drink the
slice
hell out of it.
pineapples and you put it in with a little bit of water, brown sugar, and then
Okay.
you just cap it and let it ferment. For
Oh, so
she's
now-
had it
Yeah,
actually.
it's incredible. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I've had it before.
Yeah.
So is that almost like a cider then, or
Wait.
No, it's not. It's fermented fruit.
She said something.
She
said something.
She had it. I had
Yes.
her brews. They're
What
amazing.
So what does it come in as? Did you ever get an ABV
high,
on it?
very high.
Really?
I think.
It's like
a
apple
lot of
brandy.
sugar and pineapple?
How's it coming? Really?
Yeah. So.
A lot of
cool.
sugar and
It's like,
pineapple.
But I'm sure it's
limoncello,
delicious.
You know,
I mean,
something
I
similar,
like
except for
pineapples.
limoncello, you actually add vodka, but
Right.
or whatever.
Or
spirits.
I would just speed up the process, put vodka with the pineapple, and let it sit for
Let it sit for a
like
day
week.
and drink the hell out of
I
it.
mean, you could add more sugar and add
You add
these
ice
kind
cream?
of get going.
Yeah.
in,
Oh,
so.
that'd be good too.
You add
Make it
ice
like
cream?
a
That
like a
would be
frozen.
a great idea. Yeah,
Frozen?
or frosé or something
Frosé.
like that. Yeah.
High alcohol frosés, like a wine slushy, but much higher.
Yeah.
Wine slush.
How much alcohol content do you think you have in
That was
the
a good
one
one.
that you're doing?
What's that say again?
What's the alcohol content in the pineapple, you think?
Yeah, well, I asked her. She said it's very high. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
Like
think
very
above or
boozy.
below
come-
10%.
It's I've had them come out, but between 8 and 11%.
Wow.
Oh my God! So if you have two of them, you're
You're
trash.
done.
That's
Right.
it. Mm-hmm.
And it's very sweet and very tasty.
Do you eat those Schneider's pretzels that are gluten free?
No, I haven't.
Do you like pretzels? I'll go buy. If we could be friends, I'll go buy.
He's now on the apology trail
I'll
now.
go buy-
Let's see how long I
backing
can
up like
ride this
this.
wave over here.
Yeah.
Michelle, I don't
Oh
like.
my God.
I've been doing this for a very long time.
Dan,
and
again,
I like to
you
make
should be
people
happy you're
laugh,
not here,
and
bro.
sometimes- And 99% of the
like
times
I
I
said,
do,
there's a sinister
and I don't
part
want
to
to
it, which is
offend
that was.
anybody.
No, he's.
So I will make
It's
sure.
not me you're gonna offend. It's the 20,000 followers that probably gonna message me after.
Oh
this.
no!
So watch out for
You're
that.
gonna-
All right, then tell them to call. Wait,
GothamGoldGraz.com.
Tell them to call my show on Thursday night and call in, and I'll give them an open forum. That's what we do. But one, I apologize. Two, I'll buy you gluten-free pretzels if you like. The Schneiders makes the
That's such an
sticks. They're
odd-
fantastic.
I don't know why you went to pretzels, but
And I'll
but
give
you
you
know,
car
I'm thinking
service.
beer.
It's such an odd olive branch.
And I'll give you
Gluten-free
car
pretzels.
service. And I'll give you car service one night for you and Anita to go out with your friends, and I'm
He
joining
actually got her
you.
name right, by the way. He always messes
Which
up
was
names.
which was pretty because I still haven't gotten it right.
Because you know why? Because you live close.
Do you? Oh, what, Steve?
Yeah, Steve's in Farmingdale.
No, I know, but what do you mean?
That's
Yeah,
barrier.
Michelle, Michelle needs to go into the city one night, courtesy of top-notch limousines and Gotham Gold Graz. I'll get her in.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
plug myself, Michelle. I know what I'm doing here. It's radio.
Don't
Isn't
forget,
it-
I was the one who mentioned you. Nobody else did.
You're right when you said limo, right?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
She did.
20,000 followers. Please don't
Well,
harass me. I'm a nice guy.
All of them tune into the show on Thursday night.
Yes. I
Every
so
single
am
one.
sorry.
This is gonna be a
I didn't mean to
2-hour
call her
hate
anything that had to do with any sex.
They'll get bored quick because he talks about sports most of the time, so they'll be like, "Oh no, this is not what I thought
It's
it
all
was."
dudes, all
Michelle,
beer nerds.
it's
So maybe not.
I'm 53. I'm married. I've been divorced. I got 4 kids. It's like it's a midlife crisis for me. It gets me out.
He is here because he needs an escape.
Yeah,
Slam.
and it became an obsession, as you can see by all the pictures. It became an obsession.
Steve is here too. You could obsess over him. He's got actually these really great photos.
Steve's just
I
mean. He
spoke
doesn't
about
laugh.
before.
Yeah, we
actually
got to
will
talk.
look it up
We
now
got to
and
address
then,
that.
you
Hold on a
know,
second.
Steve's got a
It's
scowl.
It's a rather
Do you
like,
have it?
stallion
Can you
photo.
find it?
I could totally find
All
this.
right.
Hold on.
We're very
I'm
interested.
on a
in that.
mission.
Dan, so give us the
So BrewBabe, what's going on, huh?
Dan, give us the last big plug. Tell us a little bit about where people can find
Yeah, what are
the
the
information, where people can find the beer, where you're going to be, what
And
the
mention
events are coming up.
BrewBabe in your pitch, Dave.
There you go. It's Dan.
Dan's
Frank,
like, what's going on
whatever.
here?
God, sorry, Dan. Hold on, let me turn you up a little bit because I had you down just because we were peeking there. God.
All good. Well, we're just right now kind of just playing it by ear, seeing what comes up.
That always works.
Trying to get a handle on what we have in front of us, which is making sure that we're able to put out the product that we're, that everybody has gotten used to us putting out there at this point. We've had a lot of support from Oyster Bay Brewing Company, who,
Yes.
thank God for them, got us out there.
So let me
and
very
really-
quickly before you go further. Who's now the head brewer over there since Ivan left?
This really, really awesome brewer guy is really cool. Become a little friendly with him. This guy's name is Tom.
Yeah.
Tom Crow, I believe his last name is.
Okay.
No, he's from. He worked at LAC for a while. Then he
Oh,
worked
that's
over.
that's what I heard.
Hold on, what was the other place?
Yes.
It was, gosh, where did he just come from?
Because we were just I was talking to Carly about it
Holy
and saying
cow. He
Tom
worked,
left.
He ended up working in, I think, Brooklyn. What was it? Not Keg and Lantern. Oh gosh.
He was
Key
working
and
in a
Torch?
small brew pub
Torch?
type area, like
No,
T-O-R-S-T?
right,
No.
Michelle?
I think it was cool. Isn't there? Oh gosh, I
No.
can't remember it. Hold on.
Bridge and Tunnel?
No,
No.
it wasn't.
Rich is like a one-man show
find it in a
/ two-man
second.
show.
You guys can keep talking.
No. Yeah. So anyway,
You guys
I just
can keep
I wanted to go on a
filling
tangent
the
because
Torch-
last I heard
think he was working for Torch and Crown. I
Torch
think.
and
I
Crown.
think.
Right.
Okay.
Right? Was
That
that,
makes
it?
sense.
Am I
I
right?
believe you're right. I
Okay.
could be wrong, but either way, he's been really cool. He
And
helped
that's got to
us out.
be really like in the middle of what you guys are going through. They changed brewers on you, and you don't know, how that's going to work with the relationship you took the time and
It
established.
was a little nerve-wracking, Fortunately enough, I don't know if you guys all know Ivan Dedick, but Ivan,
He's at LIC now.
he's at LIC,
They basically
and
swap
Ivan
brewers.
was very, very,
Pretty
very
much.
cool about it. He basically left on very good terms over there with Oyster Bay, from what I understand.
That's a good one. No, that is a good one. Sorry, Dan. We just saw
Dan,
Steve,
what's the
Steve's
next
headshot.
festival? What's the next festival you're going to be at?
No, we're never going to get through this, Dan. Just so you know, Steve just showed his headshot.
He
so
had a
it-
glamour shot. You know the one for like Napoleon
Oh,
Dynamite
yeah.
when they had like the background?
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
the laser beam behind, or was it the trees in the woods?
That was my headshot when I was doing stand-up comedy.
Nice.
Which I did here
right?
at Governor's was
Which
my
is the
first
reason
show.
why we initially really hit it off when you first came in. You're like, I've been here before.
I've been here. I feel like I belong.
Steve, you know what? If you're going to like me, too, if you want to come October 11th in the Little Room,
Oh, that's right. He's
Friday
at the
night, I
festival.
have the limo talk night.
You know, that's a little scary when you say the little room. It reminds me like a lot of bad things are going to go on in there.
Little S&M.
Next thing you know, there's two
that's right.
bears
Little
going
Pulp
at it.
Fiction for you.
Yeah. Steve, I'm inviting you as my guest. Michelle,
Yeah.
Michelle, will you blog my comedy night? Because it's going to be a dud. I'm telling you right now.
Not if Steve comes.
I'm doing it right now.
There you go.
Please,
If Steve
and
comes,
Michelle,
it'll
keep
be
those
better.
20,000 followers away from me, please.
Who,
I'm a good
let me
fan.
ask you a quick question,
You
Graz.
scare
Who,
me now,
who do you
Michelle.
have coming in?
You're like the
What's-
fucking mafia.
Yeah, she is.
well, I'm Italian.
20,000
So am I.
strong.
La cosa
There you
nostra,
go.
I love you.
Ooh.
Those
Was
three
that
of us in the
Italian?
same room.
You actually just came from Italy.
I did. I was in Italy for a while.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
hold on. I
gotta
have
talk
questions
about that
about
next.
that, too.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah, we're a
Hold
little
on. So,
jealous.
Dan, wrap it up there.
Come on, Dan. It's been
Come on, Dan.
No,
let's
I'm
get going.
taking
Make that be
all right,
another.
I'm brewing it.
Dan.
I'll make it real quick. You asked what events are we
Yes.
going to be
Yes.
at? Whatever event we get invited to.
There you go.
I'll be there. Listen,
Nobody's asked us to do anything, so if someone asks if we're available, we would definitely be happy to come down.
We're going to be at the Fall Festival in Farmingdale,
I'll be there too.
so you should.
They've
we
been
haven't heard anything
like
about it
sending
yet.
me a lot of emails.
Yeah, they're
Just come and
looking
hang out.
because you're from Farmingdale.
Yeah, considering I can fucking walk there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, it's barrier. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll put you in touch. I'll send a quick shout out, and if you have that alt beer ready to go by then, it might be a great one to have at the festival.
That's
Alt
the thing.
beer,
We've
man.
just got to get some beer brewed so that we can actually accommodate any.
So you could actually
any,
serve beer at a festival you're invited to.
Exactly. That's been the challenge.
Just you and
for
Brett
us right
staring
now.
and shaking hands, kissing babies. Like, hey, how are you?
There you go.
Hey,
There you go.
Danny, how many fermenters you guys got right now?
We have 3 10-barrel fermenters and 1 10-barrel bright.
All right,
Awesome.
you're good.
Awesome.
You're golden, ready to
So
go.
we could get some stuff out there
Yeah, man.
and start building slowly.
Nice.
So just excited to be part of the scene and be involved with all you guys, and really appreciate you guys all supporting and looking out for us, if you will.
Yeah, man.
Good
And
to
we'll,
talk to you,
we'll
Dan.
probably see you out in Long Beach at
Likewise.
one point for the pop-up stuff for James and
Yes.
RBQ.
Oh,
and
that was a lot of fun, man. We had a good time. And
Yeah.
that definitely, support that because it is a really good event. Speakeasy's been doing a really nice job.
Yep.
Every Friday night they're having a different brewer down there, and they're giving out free food, just like free food and free beer to hang out.
Is the
Kinda
inn
pretty
still
cool.
there?
Who? Which one?
The inn. Is the inn still there? Or not the
Down
inn?
in Long Beach?
Yeah, what's the one all
Yeah,
the way
they're-
down at the
Yeah,
end?
that's still there.
Yeah, the inn's still there. No, you're right.
All
That
the
was
way
right.
down
back
at the
of
end
that
is the
place.
German beer garden, Das Beer Garden.
I snorted coke in the back of that place.
Of course you did.
All right, buddy.
Thanks
I
for calling in,
appreciate
Dan.
you for
Good to
calling
talk
in,
to you,
Dan.
buddy.
Thank you guys for having me
Dan.
on.
Have a good one,
Everybody,
brother.
Take care, Michelle. I'll speak to you
Bye.
soon.
See ya.
Take care, bye.
Later, bro.
Take care, guys.
Holla. It's the word with Mike at PeteGovesRadio.com. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go do peepees.
And I want to hear about this Italy trip.
Yeah, and I
saw
need
the
to talk
Instagram
about the
pictures.
cider since
I
we've
tell
drank.
ya.
We drank a lot of cider and never really spoke about this in the process. So let's go to break. Let's come back and talk a little bit with Michelle as the word with Mike at PeteGovesRadio.com. I'll be right. I took my mic out first like an idiot. I'll be right back after this.
This is Ghost Radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort. to the Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is the Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort. Not warts, not forts, not short. The Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to the Wort on Govs Radio.
Yeah, it's the Word with Mike and P, GovsRadio.com. Phone number 516-465-3990, 513-0515. We are live here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. In the studio today with us, if you haven't checked it out in the last 2 hours, of course, my co-host Pete, he's here with us. What's
2
going
hours,
on?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fucking flies.
Yeah, time does fly. We have Anita and the cheerleader for the BrewBabe, Michelle Pagano's here with us in studio. And of course, Steve Pominski from Barrage. Third chair.
Go ahead. The third chair.
Hold on. We got 2 more introductions. Over in the O'Toole room, we have Eric.
Say hello, Eric.
He just stood up.
Thanks, Eric.
Peeked his head over.
Thanks a lot, Eric. We
Oh,
appreciate the.
Eric doesn't talk much.
No, that's fine.
Sure doesn't.
And Anthony Graz today from Limo Talk, host of Limo Talk podcast here on GovsRadio.com.
You know, I'm very interested in during the break we talked Italy.
Get us at each.
And Michelle
Yes, she did.
seems to be going fucking everywhere.
Michelina.
And I want to hang out with her because I know that if you go with her, that Pete can't go all the time, and I can be like
He's
guest
just-
host.
goddamn right. He's
And if
just relying
can't
on you
go-
not being able to
and
do
if
anything.
you can't go, it's me and Nicky Knuckles.
Oh,
and
well-
then if Nicky Knuckles can't go, it's me and fucking
Have
Charlie.
you never
from
met Nick, right?
1940s.
No, I haven't.
All right, so are you coming to the?
Well, you said you're going to be at the fall festival, right?
No, Nassau Coliseum Festival. Are you usually there?
No, she said she's going to be at the fall
I'm gonna
festival.
be at
Oh, you have
the-
fall festival.
yeah.
Oh, I'll make
Fall
sure Nick
festival,
comes
then
down.
There's another Great Beer Expo, I think.
Yes, the Great Beer Expo
We'll
in
be there.
November.
My beer will be
Probably
there,
be-
and I'm probably going to enter in the competition they have.
Nice. Yeah, they have the competition that runs that one.
I
Yeah.
never do it, but I'm going to do it this year.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. What's up, buddy?
Oh, don't. What are you going to enter? I'm sorry.
I haven't decided.
Are you making beer?
I make beer and cider.
So let's talk about that cider real quick before we talk about
wait,
Italy.
I want a cider. Do you have a cider that you made here?
Yeah,
May I have some?
Yes.
Please?
Yeah.
It'll be like a sign of niceness
some,
gesture.
So let's go back and talk about the cider because in between our phone calls from where were we?
Dan.
No,
Neck of the
it was
Woods.
before Dan. Who was
Neck
before
of the
Dan?
Woods.
Neck
No.
of the
Joe
Woods,
from
baby.
Ocean Hill.
Oh yes,
Ocean
yeah.
Hills.
When Joe was on the phone. That's right from
And,
Ocean.
and just so you know, guys,
Yes, good.
we already have made the connection.
Ooh.
And
Joe from Sadden Brothers.
he already said he would love to do a collab with
Yes.
us.
Nice.
And that we need to talk.
Yep.
And yeah, bro, we'll be talking.
Were you very nervous that Michelle was trying to steal your?
Yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw you peeping. He was looking over your shoulder. He's like, "What are you doing?" I saw that before. And
Oh, yeah, I wanted to pull up the photo of him.
Oh no, but he was thinking
I
you were
was
trying to
worried
get the
about
Sadden
wood, man.
Brothers. Yeah.
I don't take my wood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
knew.
he
I saw
actually-
this in his face.
Well,
He's
he
like,
actually
wait.
messaged me. Did he message you?
Ooh.
Right there.
He copied and pasted the same message. I was walking on the streets, barely heard you
got the
guys. What did he
wood.
say?
Yeah.
Would love
I
to
have
collab?
a brewery. You do not.
Oh.
What am I drinking from this bottle?
All right, so that's what I want to talk to you about because while we were talking to Joe about the distillery.
Oh,
and
that
we
was the
talked
one
about,
we were using to pee in because the bathroom broke.
Well, Steve, your peas taste really good.
See?
And there you go.
It's got a hint of cinnamon in it.
No, yes. So we were talking about doing like a
Nutmeg.
collab, like if you had a cider with some sort of spirit, that would be a really cool combination. Like I said to you, when I got the Sadden Brothers spirit at home, that's what I did. I mixed it with a little apple cider, a little orange bitters. Did kind of like the cocktail he was talking about.
You know, depending on which one he made, like which cider I would put. Because I've made a tea cider with like citrus tea in it. I've done, yeah. I'm actually I do like a maple pecan one, which I call it hashtag I can't even. Just to make
You know what?
fun of-
Actually, you say that flavor profile pops up. That would pair well.
Yeah, I can't even. So that's you know. So I'd be interested to see like what kind of I guess apple brandy comes up with.
Okay.
What's in this cider that I'm drinking?
Yeah, so let's talk about the one we're drinking tonight.
You're drinking a mango. It's unfiltered and it's still. So still meaning it's not carbonated. I purposely love to drink still cider. So it's unfiltered.
I
It's
still
hazy.
like to drink it too. Oh wait,
I'm drinking the
Still.
rest.
Yeah.
She gave me the bottle.
Yes, you're drinking it right from the bottle there, buddy.
There might be some sediments on the bottom.
That's
so
all right.
I wouldn't
You know
do
what,
But that's
Michelle?
like
if I
me.
drink that's like you'll fuck you to me. Like
You-
here you go.
Yeah.
Drink the sediment. Fat
when you
boy.
shit your pants later, you know.
I'll have my bowels will be moving all night.
What's in that cider? Is it the
So,
mango
Yeah,
leftovers?
I picked
or?
up. So in the cider world, we don't call cider like apple juice is not called cider like
Right.
we call apple cider. It's just called juice. So I picked up the juice from the Finger Lakes, and then I fermented it with a SO4 yeast, and
I feel like I'm taking a drug test.
and I
That's actually
fermented
pretty
it
good.
dry, and then I put mangoes in secondary, some wood chips. So if you get some like
Ooh.
oak like bourbon kind of tasting chips, that's
So you
what
do
it is.
like they do in
Oaky.
brewing for
Yeah, but it's
for
not
hops, but-
super. It's not super.
Let me tell you something. It
relevant.
tastes really good. You got any more?
No,
That's it. You drank it.
unless I can vomit
I've
into
got
your
a
mouth.
lavender juniper one at home.
I'm
I
gonna
make
lick
gin.
the sediment too. So.
You want me to do the baby bird challenge with you? I can baby bird it. into your mouth.
Right my mouth.
We've seen that before.
Daddy, give me some food.
It's already been done. We can't do it again. That's a one-time deal.
let me
That's
tell
like
you
Daffy Duck. I can only do it once.
This is fantastic. I mean, it's good, and I'm
Yeah.
already hitting a wall.
Yeah,
It's
that-
pretty high in ABV as well. So.
yeah, and I felt it. I think that's one of the
Yeah,
things
yep,
that caught
you
me
definitely will.
towards as I'm going through this show. I'm like, what was that thing that caught me? Because I know what everything else.
Yeah, that one. I typically drink my ciders dry. Just like there's several styles of beer, there's several styles of cider. So. I usually either drink like heritage ciders. They're usually drier, different apples that are used versus culinary ones, like the ones you would pick up in the store. You know, those
Right.
tend to have a different flavor profile.
Now,
Can you make cider out of something other than apples?
No.
Fair enough.
You can make Perry's out of
And
pears.
my questions are spent.
Yeah, you can make Perry's out of pears.
Okay.
Have
Well,
you
that
done
makes
that
sense.
before?
No, I don't like Perry's.
I don't like pears.
Yeah, I don't like Perry's, so I wouldn't make
So the yeast that you're using, is that what contributed to the higher alcohol content,
No,
or
no. So it's the sugar and the apples that I had measured.
Okay.
People can add sugar. If they want to give her a higher like ABV.
Okay.
I kind of just purist, kind of just took it.
Make one of these bottles.
Sorry.
How long did it take you to make one of these bottles?
That one I think sat for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
And
How
what
much can
variety
I
of
buy?
apples?
How much can I buy? What are you gonna charge me if I want to buy one of these off you?
I've got so many at home.
I'll get you a free
I'd bring
town
them
car.
happily. Yeah,
What?
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
There's there.
There was nothing else. It's
Okay. All right.
Okay. No more negotiating needed.
So, yeah, what variety of apples?
So when you get a juice like that, it's usually like a mixed blend.
Okay.
So they won't tell you. You can get a specific one, like if you wanted golden russet, or like if you wanted
Gallo.
yeah. Well, that's a culinary. But if you wanted specific blends from like heirloom apples, you can do single varieties like golden russet. Like that's super expensive though. I mean, I would love to do that.
I'll give you the money to make it.
He's gonna front you.
I'll front
Sure,
you.
start me
there.
a cider.
Why
Michelle,
not?
I haven't had
He's
too
going to
many-
ask you to put cocoa nibs in it.
No. You know what? I'll pass for the cocoa nibs if she makes me a good cider. That fucking smart ass.
Smart ass,
yeah.
The cider's kicking in hard.
Yeah.
I'm losing my breath and I'm starting to lose my balance.
Oh boy, it's good though.
It's around 9%.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
How
That'll do
dry I am. How wet I'll be.
It's like 8.5 or something. Yeah.
I'll
I'm
take
fucking
it.
almost
9.
done here. Give me
So
another
what
one.
would it take to carbonize that? Would you just
like at home?
Yeah, just
Yeah, so I have.
throw it in a
I
soda
have-
keg or in.
Yeah, I
I've
just
never
have-
heard that term before.
Yeah,
Carbonize?
Carbonize.
So, I knew where he was going, but
Like-
yeah.
I knew too,
in
but
carbonite.
Carbonate.
Carbonate it.
Yeah, carbonate.
carbonate.
Yeah, so it's just the way you would do beer.
Sounds
you know?
cooler.
You would
It
just,
does, bro.
Just
Yo,
you
man,
know,
I'm a
hook it up to
carbonizer.
the CO2 tank and let
Yeah.
it air
Rip.
out and
Huh.
and then
Now,
dump
do
in
you-
the cider and
do you
shake it a bunch
do-
of times. And
Do you do any bottle condition?
I don't like to because
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
like I'm lazy. Like who the hell wants to
It takes
sterilize?
time and
At least I'm not the
Yeah.
only one.
I
I'm
don't
like,
do
nah, I don't feel
that.
like doing that.
That's why a lot of
Don't
times
feel like
I
sanitizing
enter,
anything.
I
Fuck
enter
it.
competitions. I rate like low carbonation or still because I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. But like the judges can't like fault me for it because I told them it was like, oh yeah, it was intentional, but it was like I'm just being lazy.
Now, when you submit something like that to a contest or a competition, do you have to cite that it was purposely not carbonated?
Yeah, so there's 3 just like BJCP like for beer, there's BJCP for ciders, and so like one of the parts is it's like still, petulant, and sparkling, and I always put still.
All right.
I'm done with this one.
There's no more left.
There's no more left.
Did you have that treehouse?
I had half of the treehouse. Me and my buddy Eric, who's Pete's best friend since high school.
Yep. He's been finding out a lot about you.
And now going to be my friend soon. Eric will hang out. Don't worry. He's
You know they're both naked in there.
Yes.
We realize that,
From
right?
the waist down.
I mean, if I know Eric,
probably. They're having stick fights. They're playing tummy sticks.
They're playing. Oh no!
Tummy sticks.
Tummy sticks.
I am the voice of Christmas past.
Yes, you are. So when we go through the
docking procedure,
when we go through the lineup of what you've been putting out since you started this process, what has been the most like standout-ish, or one that you're really proud of versus one that you're really not?
So I'm proud of my cider called 1111. That one's won awards, and it's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's a Citra hop cider. You don't see a whole lot of
Citra hop cider.
Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of hop ciders in the cider industry, and if you do, they're usually cheesy and they're just not done right. They're either overpowering or underdone, and so I like to. That's my favorite one to do, and it's been a favorite. I think that was one of the first ones you've tried that I think you came over and tried it. It was pretty cool. But
So how do you go about hopping a cider?
You just ferment it, until you're happy with it, and then you just dump hops into it.
Fair enough. Right.
Yeah.
That's it. It's secondary.
Well, we went through the history and the backstory, but who taught you how to do those things? That's
who
self-taught,
taught you that?
Or you're learning about things as you go? Or?
So I first learned when I was 21. I learned from a Mr. Beer kit, and then like the meetup group how to make regular beer, and then
ass licks. Don't forget.
Well, no, ass licks came in after.
I'm part of that joint now. I'm joining that club, the ass licking club. I'm in.
It's not the ass.
I'm in for the ass licking.
You have to actually brew though.
I'll ass lick and I'll brew. I'll do.
We know you will.
And so then years later, when I joined the LA BME and hand grenades.
Brews and hand grenades.
Actually, another thing about the meetup group, I think was beer. I think it was the Brewers East End Revival. I think that's where I first.
Those are the three
guys
major
way out east.
I learned. I found
Eric
them.
Grimm's.
Yeah, I found them at the Blue Point Cask Festival when it was like in the winter. This was like I think like 2007, 2008. That's when I first found them. But anyway, getting back to that, I learned actually how to make cider from LIBME. There's this couple called Jen and Tim Davis, and Tim has celiac.
They make some fucking
crazy, they actually just won an award.
Wonderful ciders.
Yeah, they won an award
Some of the
at
best.
the Craft Classic.
Okay.
Yeah, they made a mango cider. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, they taught me how to make it. They showed me the basic way you could do it at home is just using Mott's apple juice and some yeast.
Really?
Yeah. And then you could add whatever flavoring. I mean, there's more steps to it, and
right,
become like.
It's not just like snap. Yeah, there it is, like Kool-Aid.
I've
just
become
stir it up in the bun.
very, very just honed in when it comes to like the juice blends that I get. So now I'm very picky with that. Like I'll only use specific ones.
And do you get them from a certain place?
Yeah, so I used to get it from one place, which I won't name where, and they screwed up my cider, and like
secret space.
It was like garbage, and I was really unhappy with it.
Oh, so it's terrible. That's
it's
why.
Terrible.
All right.
And
Do I have to smack the shit out of them for you?
And I didn't win the awards I should have won because of the juice, but I still entered it as my own.
Sexist bastards.
But I was pissed off about that.
So the things that you're creating now, you reestablished a new connection to different places, stuff that actually works for you, and obviously, have you winning awards and stuff like that. Is there something beyond that people should be looking at? Is there a next level, an upgrade besides having your own cidery? Or
I mean, I'm definitely going to continue pushing the importance of having alternative at your brewery, whether it's gluten-free, whether it's a mead or a cider. It's so important that everyone should be able to like have a good time. It's also increases in sales. So if it doesn't really take too much time to buy it or to make it and just have one tap, why not have it? You're gonna keep people staying later. Like when we go out, like we only go out like if I can enjoy something. So,
and everyone has one tap to give up too. I mean, let's be honest. Every brewery probably has an empty tap just sitting there Steve, you got an empty tap anytime?
Absolutely not.
Fucking
Never. Yeah. One thing we can all agree on though is everyone needs alcohol to have a good time.
Right.
So I just want to make sure
which is
that
the
we're
journey,
all on the
right?
same
I like a
page.
joint, and maybe
Right.
a little cocaine, but never mind.
No, Jesus
That's
Christ.
just me. Just
That's
joke.
a whole nother show.
It's a little joke.
It's another show that Graz and I are going to co-host at GABF in Colorado.
Well, that's where I'm headed to next, GABF.
Yeah.
The day before, we're having the first ever gluten-free craft brewers conference. So
Why are we not going
Yeah,
with
why?
her?
I don't know.
It
It just like I was talking to Michelle before in the break, and it said no, I can get out of that.
Wait,
You
I'm
have a
gonna
hard
answer this.
time.
Wait, Michelle, I'm gonna answer
Hold
this.
on, Greg. So my point was that it's tough to like lock in a contact sometimes. So when you have people like you guys have already been there and done that and have the contact, that's all we need. Once we do that, we can fill out the emails.
They changed the PR team this
Oh,
year.
did they?
Scared.
Because I didn't
I'm not
get
scared.
approved
I could
right
definitely
away.
do it. And we would bring out the whole crew. I mean, as long as we can get in there, get set up, get our equipment. It's easy. We can put it in a flight case. That can go and get shipped out or whatever. It's not a hard thing to do. You guys ship beer out, right?
Oh yeah.
If you can ship the
It's
beer out.
actually quite easy now.
Where's the furthest that you ship your beer to?
Well, now Colorado.
Colorado.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much is where we go.
But I mean, if you could ship beer out, I can ship equipment out. It's not that
Right.
big of a deal. So to have a 10x10 pop up and table chairs that they usually supply and some equipment, it's definitely doable. I'm thinking for next year, man. That's on my bucket list just to be at in general.
Pete, I can't wait to watch you in Colorado with a fat joint in your mouth.
No, that's not. It's the beer
Not my
fest.
thing.
It's not the
I'm kidding, I'm
weed
kidding.
fest. I know.
I mean, I'm sure there's that there too.
Oh,
That's after they closed.
That's
Right, pretty much where everyone is going afterwards. I don't know. The after party's there. I heard from the breweries. There's so many breweries out there.
There's so much to do
So
that
much to
week.
do. It's-
I'm getting in there. I'm flying there on Monday, and I'm staying till Sunday. So I usually, I'm spending the whole week there with events and the festival, and then I'm gonna go hiking. And
Do you have to go like cover those events as part of the deal, or is it?
Yeah, I'm. So one of the days is like obviously the conference. So I'm going to be speaking about marketing for gluten-free beers.
Okay, that's cool.
And then the next day they're doing a collab with a bunch of gluten-free breweries, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to cover that, and then cover the festival. A couple years ago, I went there for the first time. Actually, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. And I went there. I was like, this is awesome. They're going to have so many gluten-free beers. Got there. I didn't even know where the hell they were. I mean, this place is like a maze. Yeah, you couldn't figure it out, and I flipped out, and I wrote an angry email to the Brewers Association. I'm like, how could you do this? And I flipped out, and the following year, they came out with an app, and they're like, P.S., there's a button on there that if you click on it, it tells you the list of the gluten-free breweries and how to get there. Like
It's like a
trail.
filter that goes on to the thing. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, they listened. But,
How many of these things do you do a year now, traveling-wise?
I'm usually gone twice a month.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the nicest place that you've been to that throws the best conference or slash
after parties?
After party or where we can hang.
This is not beer related, but I went to CiderCon in February in Chicago. And
CiderCon.
Yeah, and the after party was sick.
Everybody
It was like
dresses
in the
as Apple.
Nah, it was in the,
It's like
it was-
Comic-Con, but everyone's got like a leaf.
What does the cosplay look like?
an apple, poison ivy. Like
I am a Red Delicious. How
Go
are you? Are you?
Look at me. I'm a Macintosh.
It was sick. It was like in the presidential suite overlooking.
Really?
It was like crazy.
Wow,
Like
they seem to go all
so
out.
much alcohol, like all night. It was
And we
insane.
all know that alcohol makes all the fun.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
We've covered it.
all the
Yeah.
best decisions.
Now I have a question for you because I saw a lot of Bobby from Po' Boy involved with the tent over at Homebrews and Hand Grenades at the Heckscher State Park. How much has
You're
he
saying
been?
it's Heckshire.
Yeah, whatever. It's
Hershire?
I'm not going back to that. It's Heckscher.
Is it really?
So I'm beyond that now. How much has he been like an influencer as a cider maker into some of the things that you've done? Have you consulted with him? Have you spoke to him about procedures and stuff like that?
I met Bobby a few years ago at LIBME, and I've stayed in touch. I never really thought to get involved with Po' Boy.
I got involved with him many times, and it was just.
I heard.
Yeah, it was a lot
Back
of
injury.
a lot of groping and
Back
stuff
injury.
like that.
Yeah.
I never.
Well, he was in for a show, and he brought in one of the ciders that he was making, absolutely delicious. That was the one that kind of stood out. Out of everything that he brought, beer and everything, that stood out more than anything to us. That he produces really
He used
great.
to make a vanilla cupcake that I remember I really liked.
Blackberry, blueberry.
Was it blackberry? I thought it was blackberry, but
yeah, I thought it was blackberry too.
Boysenberry.
Somewhere in there, whatever it
was.
was.
The berry family.
It was in the family of the berry.
It was
yes.
a very good cider.
Very good time we had with him. Yes,
very good time.
indeed. Just because I know he's very involved still with the association. So
Yeah, I mean, I work really like he's a cider maker at Riverhead Cider House. He's one of my good friends, and he also has celiac. So I've like definitely hit him up.
It's a great place.
To ask him questions about like his cider making.
So you should really do a collab with them
to start it out.
To say, hey, you know what? Blue,
No.
No.
They have.
Well, because it's Claire Rose and basically,
Yeah,
or
so
J.
they have
King's or
their.
whatever the
Really?
fuck
Is it Claire
is.
Rose?
It's actually J. King's.
But still,
It's
it's
J. King's,
which is part of.
So what? There's like red tape that you can't. Really,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to not even apply for a job or anything or walk into
Really?
there. Yeah.
And even as like just
Even like a recipe, nothing.
Right, yeah.
It's like totally off limit. Yeah.
What would be the? I mean, you could work your way up through
I
graft
mean,
and
you know what?
make,
It would be really interesting because I was in Italy and we have a couple of places, a couple of farms that we have a lot of fruits, including apples and pears. And my mother was just like, just stay here. You know, craft beer scene is.
I would
where
have fucking stayed there. I'm sorry.
craft beer scene is there where it was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And people are learning about like. The IPAs, they call IPAs. IPAs just got here, you know, like it's a big deal to them.
Really?
Yeah, and so, so my mom's like,
Have they heard of Barrier? Or?
I mean, Barrage.
I actually brought them Trillium, and
Get out of here.
Yeah, I
Did
brought
they
them.
lose their shit? They were
No,
like-
they were all like, "What is it? So bitter?" And I was like, "It's so juicy," because it was one of their gluten-reduced beers that
Oh.
Trillium had. Yeah,
Okay.
I would have brought it, but I drank all of it. But
Which-
like it
which
was,
one was it?
Lock and Key.
Yeah, Lock and
Thanks a
Key.
lot.
Yep.
That-
Sorry, it was
no.
so
It's a
good.
good. No, it's a
yeah.
good one. Yep.
So good, yeah. So, and I brought them. They were like, "Ah!" Like they like freaked out. But
I have a friend that lives. Mike, friend of the show, actually was in on a couple weeks ago. Lives in Canton, in Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
He's probably 5 minutes away from Trillium.
oh, that's probably the
Prick.
it's the bigger the one
The
with
big one,
outdoor
the original
space.
one.
Yeah, I went to the one in
The Greenway.
Yeah, it was alright.
In Boston. Yeah, it's.
Everyone was
And
wearing
it was fine.
smocks. What are they, butchers? I don't understand why.
Well, if you go to Hopscotch, you're going to see
sorry.
Mark wearing a
Mark
a
wears
butcher
a very
outfit.
nice leather smock.
Yes.
No, not for. It's fine.
Almost like he
I
murdered
just
someone
didn't-
in the back.
I
And
just
if you
didn't
want,
get-
you could oil his smock.
I just didn't get the Trillium.
Yeah, get
thing
the
with
rub.
but
The-
You gotta rub it in there. baby.
smocks. I don't.
No, you're right.
Puts
I
the
agree.
lotion on the smock. Does what it's told.
Felt like it was like a Law and Order episode.
I don't know.
I'm so scared.
It definitely doesn't happen over at the Canton. The Canton's relaxed, hippie
Oh, I heard
atmosphere.
that,
so
but I couldn't, like, pass
I don't
by it
know
on
why
the way
they did
home.
that there. They're paying a shit ton of money to be in that Greenway, so
Yeah.
maybe they want to look more like 5-star.
craft,
Yeah.
Every with the mustache, suspenders,
Right.
that kind of thing.
They
Got it.
want to be the poster boys for that. And with that said, I have something for us from Trillium. You said Trillium. From Treehouse, another
Let's do it.
big Massachusetts-based brewery. I know you probably can't have a lot of it, but if you take a sip, it's
I will
fine.
not have it, but
All right.
I will look forward to your.
Have you ever like tried to see if like just a little like a drop
Oh,
maybe
totally.
maybe just makes your lips plump up and
Listen,
Instead of
if
Botox
that's all
style.
it did, I
It's
was
like the
Kylie
Botox
Jenner
type of
the
thing,
whole
rub it on
time.
your lips.
But I would
you-
totally do that, but
So this
that's
is-
not all it does.
Yeah, well,
That's not all it does.
it doesn't sound like fun at all.
It's not.
I'm gonna feel that way tomorrow, just so you know, and I'm not gluten free. American Brown Ale. This is a 6.4 called Bear. I thought this was absolutely delicious, and since we're drinking a lot of lighter IPA and stuff, I thought maybe we'd
Sure.
introduce this to the
Still have it in my
family of
fridge.
beer that
I'm sorry,
we can do.
that's Trillium?
This is Treehouse.
Oh, Treehouse. I was gonna say, what's
Yes.
with their packaging?
No,
Like,
totally different.
I was like, wait a minute.
Than all the cool, artwork that they have on Trillium, and both of which
Even
to me
Treehouse,
are different. I've had tons and tons of Trillium, more so than Treehouse. I finally made the trek up, the 3-hour drive, one day.
That beer was
stop.
great.
Yeah, you have the bright.
You gave me one. I was whacked after
That
one.
was,
What's this here? What's this one you gave me?
Oh, that one. Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks.
I hope you can drive home.
Between Michelle's cider and this.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
you've been drinking 9
Tell
and
her,
10%.
tell Eric to
alcohol.
try that. I want his opinion on that.
What?
The Nightmare one.
Oh, Eric, I put my lips.
Did he have
on
some
it.
on then already?
He doesn't care.
My lips have been.
Eric
on
has
it.
no shame. So this is an American Brown, and I thought, out of everything
I
that
have that. I love brown ales.
Treehouse that makes IPA heavy stuff, this was the one beer out of everything that just stood out. And
Wow.
Speaking of like things you don't expect.
Yeah.
So, what does everybody know other half as?
Occasional
IPA, double IPA, double dry hop,
If
Imperial.
you ever can get your hands on the Orbit series they do of stouts,
I've seen it, but I have not had it. What I did, what I liked was, and no offense,
extremely impressed.
Barrier's half.
We didn't make that.
No.
Oh wait, oh Barrier.
Oh yeah. Barrier and Other Half did a collab called
Barrage.
Half.
Yes.
And that one was really good.
This
and
is
I think
malty as fuck.
came from
Malty.
it came from the backbone of some of the Other Half stouts, Orbit
Brown
series.
ale, like.
Unbelievable.
Those beers.
What's in there?
A buddy of mine picks
Sorry,
them up
that's my
quite
fault. I like
picks them up quite often.
Yeah.
And
Oh, does it?
It's unbelievable.
It's
Toasted.
to see that they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a even higher,
respect for
what they do.
Right.
It's just amazing.
And I hate when people get locked into, like Trillium and Treehouse get locked into their IPA breweries. Other Half, there's a bunch of them out there that you can just say, oh IPA, yeah.
Yep.
But then what I do is when I go into those, I want to see what else they're doing.
Exactly.
Look at the pills, look at the lager, look at the brown, look at the stout.
And
This
that
trend's only
tells
gonna
you how
last for
good.
so long.
I know.
What do you mean
I
by
know.
that? I don't understand.
The IPA trend.
Hazy, the haze
You know, the
craze.
Haze Boys, the Juice Boys.
The Juice Boys.
Yeasty Boys.
the guys from Patty McGee's on steroids.
Pretty much.
All right, listen. Can I ask Steve a question?
Yeah,
And I mean
yeah.
this sincerely, Steve. If you want to go with your boys one day, and you have the old,
multi is fun.
and you have this one trip that you would want to go to. What's the one place that you would want to drink the beer that's just,
At these festivals, you mean, or just in general?
in general.
Oh,
What's
okay.
the one beer that,
At a brewery?
Yes, at a brewery, at an IPA, whatever you guys are doing here.
Well, that's a twofold. Out of the country,
And in the country.
out of the country would be Cantillon.
Why?
Cantillon,
Why Cantillon?
Well, the sour.
Where's that?
It's in Belgium, and the sour program that they do. It's hundreds of years in the making. It's spontaneous fermentation. They leave all the windows and doors open, and the wild, natural pollen and yeast landing in these cool ships that are
pants are
just
getting
wide
tight.
open.
You can't find that here in the States, though,
No,
right?
no, you can.
You can?
It's expensive, but it's Shelton Brothers has been starting to do a lot of distribution.
Okay.
So it's a
So
little
we're going
more.
to Belgium, Steve.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah, that's
All right.
one.
But one of my other favorite breweries, and when I first started really drinking craft beer, and was Three Floyds.
Three Floyds.
Where is
Never
that?
even heard of them.
Three Floyds.
I'm Instagramming them.
Some of the stuff they do, unbelievable.
Where are they?
I couldn't give you the town or city, but they're in Illinois.
Okay.
Yes, they are in Illinois. And
How come you got a
the
night in?
Maynard, right by the Lansing Municipal Airport.
Three Floyds Brewery.
Uh-huh. Yep, right outside of Chicago, just south of Chicago, down past, obviously Chicago is...
Aurora, Illinois.
Yes. Yeah, somewhere right in there.
I'm going to go here.
And it's just,
Wayne's World.
That's what I was
everything they still don't can. They still do bottles.
Okay.
But one of their big sellers that it's been around for quite a while is called Zombie Dust, and they were like one of the first ones to come out with this heavy IPA, with a malty backbone, but so hop forward that was just phenomenal. And
Foggy Geezer,
they
I
were
think. Is
they
that
were
it?
one of those
Do you remember what it was called?
Zombie Dust.
Oh, Zombie. I'm sorry. Yeah, you said that.
They were one of those ones that they only could put out so many cases, and each distributor got one case, and it was gone immediately.
That's like what
Sort
they
of
do.
like Heady Topper kind of thing.
Before
that.
Heady
That's
Topper.
another one that I was thinking of that was,
But they
New
do-
England based.
They do ones like Alpha King and Yum Yum, Gumball Head, which is like a wheat pale ale, and the artwork on it, it's this cartoonish artwork that is the coolest stuff.
What about New York now?
In New York,
Westchester, even Jersey.
you know what?
I'll say New England.
Well, here's the thing. I know so many people that brew in New York.
I don't want you to offend anybody.
And that's the thing. Everybody makes something that I'm like, I love that beer. I love that beer. But right now, a brewery that's really just Hudson Valley.
That's it. I'm
Sour,
That's where I'm
the
going next.
sour IPA
Bro.
that I got from up there.
They are just
opened up a
kicking ass.
world to me.
Hudson
Kicking
Valley
ass.
Brewery, right?
Yeah.
Hudson Valley.
I'm gonna follow them too.
I had that. They did the that series. It was like 5 different sours, and I got there for the day they were released. They have it was like a lime, citrusy based, a coffee poured almost completely like a Pils, and it was coffee sour, delicious. A peach, great, and it's not overly like fruit. It's not over sweet. It's just perfect balance of whatever. They had the sour IPA, which I bought a ton of. I think I brought you one of the limes, right?
Yeah.
And then I got their 2018 fall farmhouse in a bottle conditioned, and we drank it here last time we were in the studio.
Yep.
I was drinking from the bottle like champagne. It was so good.
And that's
the stuff they're producing is.
I've probably had maybe about 4 or 5 of their beers, and that's the thing. Each one of them would top the next one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, these guys are.
As I went through the flight, I went, oh my God.
Point.
How do you find out about it?
You know what? For me,
Yeah.
people, it's the
You
craziest
seem
thing.
to be like the Don Corleone of the fucking. Everybody seems to come to you. You had 40 fucking barrels of something.
You got a big
and they were
cigar
on you,
sitting back in your lawn
They were
chair.
on you like fucking, like bees on honey. They were like, I got 40 pounds of something, right?
yeah, Galaxy Hop. Yeah. Now, actually, I own a brewery, but people seem to want to bring me beer.
True.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. We have just a chiller of beer that people have given us.
So when I went to
but
Treehouse,
we share it with everybody that comes in.
Right.
Like, hey, did you have this? Holy shit, no, I never had that.
Yeah, first time I had Nightmare was at your brewery.
There you go. So when I went to Treehouse, I had the Markham Challenge beer.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I brought that up to them and said, this is from 23 breweries on Long Island. Give it a taste. It's a hoppy wheat. Blah blah blah. And it was one of the bartenders. It wasn't a brewer or anything. You can't get to them, up there. But it was just something that kind of, I guess, the can itself and the information on the can hopefully will raise a little awareness for them to see what's going on beyond them. Because I would assume in a brewery like that, like a Trillium, like a Treehouse, it's hard to see beyond their brewery because there's just so much going on there and so much hype around them that sometimes they got to realize, and this is honestly why I did, it's like a dick move. It's like, hey, there's other breweries out there that are producing good shit. So, take this and drink it and give yourself a...
And I'll tell you right now, I guarantee they get beers from other breweries.
Oh, they had Finback in their fridge. They had other half in their fridge. And I went, is that a Finback beer back there? She's like, yeah. I go, oh, that's interesting.
A lot of brewers.
This is a Treehouse.
We'll bring
what are you
we'll
doing?
bring beer with us.
Yeah.
And then you speak to somebody and you're like, hey man, I own a brewery or whatever, and really and you start talking about and then you go out in your car and you bring a 4-pack or whatever, and they usually reciprocate.
Right.
Yeah, that's
we've
nice.
had we've had brewers come to us, drop one off whole cases. Yeah. Hey man, here if you're ever up by us,
Listen, if you ever lose space, 138 Lambert Avenue, all right? I got no problem you sticking it right in my fucking garage. I'll put it right there. We'll start doing a distribution company.
From your garage.
Michelle, get me on the fucking blog. I'll be fucking making millions. Let's go, Michelle. Me, you, and Colorado. Let's go.
Well, actually, that makes sense. So do you bring some of your ciders to, like, the breweries that you've been to, the one that you brought into? I have Souls. I can't think of the first one.
I mean, I do bring stuff for them to have to try,
And just
feedback.
marketing
Feedback
for
is
yourself
really
too.
important. I mean, I don't have a brand going right now that I have established legally. So
come on now, let's go. Let's step it up a notch.
But I do bring.
Well, do you want to knock around some ideas? Let's come up with a name.
Don't let him do that.
No,
not him.
Hey.
Let him come out here and then do it.
Yeah,
not behind the glass.
Behind the glass. When Anthony comes out here,
when Anthony's out
and
here,
Graz is in there,
they could have a really good tech.
Yeah,
when Graz is in there.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to.
Eric's a bad influence in there too.
Yes,
I'm
but
sure.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah, Eric's
something.
really
He's my
hiding in
best
the dark.
friend. You lost your best friend for 17 years. He's my friend now. I've been pouring the beers. What are you doing?
Longer than that.
You're sitting
Really?
next to the ladies over there, not
20,
saying a word.
how
yeah, it's like my buddy Mike that I brought in too.
I don't know, 25 years.
When you go and let's say someone just gives you the money to start a cider house or
cidery.
cidery
Wine license you would apply for.
Right. That's
good.
the process.
Let's do this. I'm in. I want to do this.
Let's say Graz finances your venture. All right.
Right.
Let's say he's a silent partner. Finding a space, getting the licensing. Where would you ideally want to set up? Would it be here on Long Island? Would you try to get out of here? It'd definitely go right to Italy.
I mean, it would be a lot cheaper to do it in Italy.
Really?
Well, we have a farm there, so I would just ideally just.
So,
build
well, I mean,
a
who
farm.
doesn't?
So,
Is this a family place?
Yeah.
Is your family
My
owns?
I think you said you're like first generation
I am
immigrant,
first
right?
generation American.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't get
Put
into.
some Italian music on for this, please.
You want? What do we got?
Something. I don't
Not
know.
the
I don't want to
God-
be
not the Godfather.
Stereotypical. That's
You know what?
good.
They didn't play that at the wedding. At my
Dominic
cousin's
the
wedding. I was
Donkey.
so
How's that?
mad.
No,
I was
when-
waiting for that
Put
song.
something nice
I got it.
Italian
I'll
on.
find something like classical.
Yeah,
Classical.
classical Italian, like Pavarotti or something like that.
My wife made an Italian music playlist
Michelle,
for
you're
Sunday
gonna
night
laugh.
when
I'm
I go
making you
full
laugh.
full fucking wop in my
Smiles
kitchen.
here,
Was
so-
it old Sinatra?
No, I don't know what it is though.
Mike, can I get off the
There's some
subject
song
for
La
one second?
Bambola that I like.
What's the matter?
Oh,
Hey, Pete.
is
have
it?
you
Wait,
been-
is that the one? Mama loves Papo.
Yeah.
No.
I think it was Mambo loves Mambo.
Mambo?
Mango?
Mambo.
Mambo, Lambo.
I'm not going to do any of that.
I think I know
can't
what you're
get to
talking
it fast enough. I'm gonna ditch that idea for now. Table it.
Hey,
It's
Mike,
tabled.
did Pete
Yes,
tell you
sir.
our kids are in the same class?
Yes, I heard. So
Hilarious.
this should be a very interesting back to school night.
I
with,
told my
We're
kid-
gonna meet up for parent teacher night.
you're gonna sit in like which one in Sam's class?
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring
All right,
any
so
beers with you?
oh, you're gonna have to. I'm not.
Michelle,
He
I
is.
told my 7-year-old to give the kid a finger and say the word sucks. I'm kidding.
Sam would not know what to do with herself.
She's like, what?
Hold on, what? What I can imagine what would be very funny for me as a scenario is the two of you sitting in those
Like the child-size
third grade
fucking
desks.
chairs.
Yeah, the both of you big boys sitting in those desks next to each other like, hey,
Why
Pete.
is Pete's kid
I'm
getting
so
an A and mine
uncomfortable
getting
when
a
I go
D?
there.
Why is Pete's kid getting an A and mine?
Well, do the math.
Because she's everything I'm not. That's why.
That's a good point.
She's friendly, sociable.
That's good. And
Smart.
You're just a miserable Marvin.
Yeah.
No, that's the second child. That's the second one.
Yes.
I have something for you, Pete, for this.
My second child is a sociopath.
It's actually for your
and
wife,
It makes me
not
very
for you.
happy.
Well, you have a third child coming.
Yes,
I do.
This
we
is
have
the third
a
one.
baby number 3.
Michelle, can we make a
Congratulations.
cider? Can we make a baby cider that'll be ready in October?
That's a-
Absolutely.
I-
I'm
February.
actually working on a butternut squash cider with graham crackers.
So wait.
Talk to
how
Pete.
about-
Wait. Hold on.
Lactose.
When is the baby due?
February.
So February. So
Second?
That I could
what's
do.
like the
I could do
seasonal
a
thing
chocolate
there?
cider or a coffee bourbon cider.
No, chocolate cider.
Or
please.
I usually make a dark chocolate brown
Please.
ale or a dark
Oh,
chocolate
please.
stout.
Oh, please make it. We'll call it Pete's baby cider.
Whatever you
Pete's
want.
baby juice.
Ugh.
I don't know if that name.
It's a little joke.
no one will drink it.
Oh my God.
Come on down to
Pete
Ghost
doesn't
Radio.
even want it.
Pete's baby juice.
Like I'm good. I don't want to do any of that. Pete's baby juice. That's terrible. Would it be something where there it is. Yeah.
Mike, you realize
I found
Michelle's
it.
followers are all heckling me in the
Good.
background.
I hope they
that
do.
Graz is a
you
fucking idiot.
You learn your lesson being on air.
I've had some DMs, but
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Over in Italy,
yeah.
the apple. Yeah, it's okay. I'll turn it down. I just wanted.
It's okay. No, you gotta keep playing. It's cool.
Come on, now, that's so cool.
Because I was getting to this segment where I wanted to talk about Italy a
She
little
wanted
bit.
to be
Yeah.
back in
This is
Italy.
how I transition.
I'm definitely going back to Italy in the next couple.
Sorrento.
Oh, you're gonna have to,
lemon
right?
cello.
I mean,
Definitely going.
It's beautiful over
I'm
there.
gonna
So the
hit up
pictures that
Milan.
you had posted and stuff that you sent, is that of your family farm?
Yeah. So like my uncle has a piece of property, and then my aunt has another aunt has a piece of property. She has more fruits and.
Are there cows on that property?
No, just chickens.
Chickens, okay. Now, it's not an
Chickens
apple.
and rabbits.
How hard would it be to find or import apples? Or do they
I
have it
wouldn't do
natively
that.
in Italy?
You know, I actually heard a story that it's all Mussolini's fault why the cider
fucking
why the
goddamn
industry
dictator.
died down.
There were some.
He died. It died down during World War II, and then
Time for you to bring it back
no,
up.
but hear this: the winemakers in Italy don't want cider because they're scared of the
Right.
competition. So the laws there, they're making it very difficult for you to get because you have to get a wine license.
You don't want to get shot there either.
These vineyards in Naples, especially.
Yeah, they'll kill you in 2 seconds.
These vineyards have been around for years.
Boom, you're done.
Bada
So
bing,
what?
bada boom.
Right, boom. How do they feel about the craft breweries?
Oh, they love it. I mean,
The
beer
wine,
is,
though,
beer
like
is,
this.
The way they see it is beer is not like wine, but because cider is fermented fruit, the winemakers
I see.
are threatened
Okay.
by it.
That makes sense.
And the government puts a lot of grants and money into keeping the wine business like afloat. That they don't want cider there.
Now, are they separated over there? I don't know how much you know about like getting licensing.
so
Beer and wine is
so-
different.
So Perry cider, wine, that's all under a wine license.
Okay.
Beer is under like a
A separate
license.
one.
It's just like it is in the United States.
Okay. So they see it as separate. So that's probably why they're probably more accepting of a craft brewery.
Is beer like a novelty there then? Or
It's really hard to find a brewery there. I was in Naples and the nearest brewery was like probably over an hour away.
You're
So
gonna
it's
get
really
so
hard.
popular, you're gonna have to look over your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna probably get so popular, you're gonna have to look over your shoulder. All the Italians are gonna try to put a hit on you. You're mad, that American
Jake,
girl.
is that an American girl trying to bring cider into our country?
Yes. Bring a cider into the fucking Selecto. I kill her. I don't like her.
Listen, her uncle and aunt are connected, so don't even worry about that.
They actually make limoncello there. It's delicious.
Really? I love fresh.
Her bodyguard Graz, he's a fat fuck.
That was a loud one.
Yeah, that was.
I'm pretty impressed myself at opening all the cans of the mic tonight. I'm happy.
I should have done that.
Mine's loud. Mine is louder. So the time that you spent,
lightweights.
Did
Who
you
still
go?
has beer in their glass?
Obviously, you. I do, but I'm too busy interviewing.
Well, there's a mistake.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you want me to let
No, you're right.
Thomas the
You're
Tank
right.
Engine over here take over and plow through the cornfield? So the time that you spent was, I mean, mostly you went over there obviously for family and for pleasure and stuff like that.
Right.
But did you do any research or anything that you really took in and said, okay, like I'm going to use this time right now to like kind of better my craft?
I made
or
a cider while I was there.
You did?
Really?
Yes.
So where did you get the juice from?
The store.
Oh, you went. Okay.
You better make sure Enrique doesn't
With
find out about
matzah,
that.
the store.
They have there was like
Italian
they have markets there. So I
Right.
picked up the juice. It was not. I didn't really like the cider. My family did, but I wasn't too happy with it.
Hey, Julio.
What'd you make
put
it
on a
with?
hit on the chicken
I
on the East
just made a
Coast.
straight up cider.
Julio?
Italians
How'd
do
you
know
go to
fucking
Mexico?
Julio.
Yeah, where'd you go to
Julio
Mexico?
is
Listen, every
that.
Italian's got a Mexican. No, I'm not being
Yeah.
stereotypical or sexist, but every Italian's got a Mexican. Remember.
I mean, in every restaurant too, but now I'm the
Every Italian restaurant, but
well, every restaurant.
I know.
Anita's.
I've worked
she's
in them
a
for 20
pole
years.
lady.
I'm
She's
the
a pole.
I was the minority in
I'm
every
sure.
restaurant. It was ridiculous.
I was the minority in my high school, so I know what that's
Really?
like.
Where'd
Yeah,
you go?
Manhasset.
Oh.
I'm the
Everyone's
minority
Irish
right
and
now.
German.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Same thing with like Roslyn and Jericho and
Right.
them. It's getting to the point where, you know, like the Indian culture, the Asian culture,
Right.
they value education so much that they're now moving into these districts at any cost just to get their kids well educated, as opposed to coming to Kopek
Yeah.
or Mastic.
I mean, I grew up in Elmont.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
But it's so different now. Yeah, I grew up in Elmont, and then we moved. Oh, you did?
Yeah, he grew up in
It's-
Elmont.
It's still very Italian in Franklin Square.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he
Franklin
he
Square?
always talks about Franklin Square, and
Gotta
that's
be
where.
careful with incest. I don't know how long those families have been there.
That's the
I
problem.
mean, I guess you always have to be
Is-
careful.
Wait,
with
wait.
that,
Is that
or-
really a problem?
Not really.
Let
How
me
many
tell you
generations
something.
of
God.
Italians?
The
have been in
generations of
Franklin
Italian,
Square?
Michelle, do you know? Want to know what I say all the time? I'm a little bit older than you. I'm 53.
Just a little bit.
But
Not
I
a little
believe
bit.
that the Italian
Love it.
priests back in the 50s and early 60s were into boys. And
No,
that's
they
how-
weren't.
Uh,
Well,
In the
they were in
50s?
boys, but
yeah,
well,
they were.
Yeah.
Well, they were in boys. Yes. So I believe that whole thing is there could be incestual ways in Franklin Square.
Really?
Yes.
That local.
Allegedly.
All right,
Allegedly.
we'll keep it allegedly.
So,
Okay,
Steve,
so-
you've got a crazy stupid fine as your new.
Let
your,
me
your
tell
latest,
you about that.
your
now,
your,
kids.
your fucking latest can release.
Look at that fucking.
Let's talk
thing.
about that
That's-
instead of
that
I
is
don't know,
one crazy
incest in Italian.
incest and priest raping boys. Let's talk
Yes.
about your latest can release.
Well, you know, we named it after those raping priest bastards, and because they would look at little boys and go, "Man, that's crazy, stupid fine."
Great transition.
Great transition. Here,
I
kids.
guess that's why Try and Try came out too. As
Yeah,
well,
well,
right?
you try,
Oh,
you
good
try, and you
Lord.
try, and then Then eventually
I
they
don't
drink
like
the
whatever is going on in your head.
I went to Catholic
I'm
school
nervous.
for 12 years.
And
Hold
there
on, I'm
goes
gonna
La
have to move
Femme
fully.
Nikita.
What was that?
La Femme Nikita. She's got to leave.
Yep. So we're drinking.
It's tinkle time.
Logical conclusion from Threes. Not bad.
Tinkle time.
Is that what?
Face. Thank you.
Yeah. Now everyone knows. It's tinkle time.
I mean, you can't always wait for a break.
No,
No.
we've been actually going.
I've been
pretty
just
long
going right
between
here.
breaks.
So
again,
I got a puddle underneath my
I got a
table.
puddle
It's
and,
been kind of
She
crazy.
has no idea there's a puddle next to her.
They complained about the beer smell in here once. I mean, just fucking wait.
It's just beer.
It's gonna be beer and urine.
Beer in, beer out.
Carpet.
So no, seriously
Beer in,
though.
beer
Right now you have 3 different cans available at the tasting room, correct?
Yeah, we.
Well,
we kind of down to 2. We have
Crazy Stupid Fine and the Jerk Store. No, they said the Jerk Store is gone. Right?
Yeah, Jerk Store's gone.
I like Jerk Store. Jerk Store's
Crazy,
a great one.
Crazy Stupid and Try and Try.
Try
we
and
have
Try.
a few cases left.
Try and Try was really good. I like that.
Um,
What about Nerd Girl? Is that still just on tap, or did you sell
Just
the
on
cans?
tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the 2 can runs of that. We did the cans just for the summer, but we found that beer really a lot of places, and just people coming in because it's a hoppy Pilsner. It's
Yeah.
a little different. So we're keeping it on tap throughout the year. Just
good. Just staple now.
Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
It made its way into the rotation, and now it's going to stick around for a little bit.
I think people
I think
recognize
it's the
that
only
as
other-
you. Yeah.
The only other thing that's in that far rotation is like yada yada yada, right? I think. Or,
Actually, it's getting bad now because now we have Nerd Girl, Yada, Assault and Fudgery.
He's been on for a
Tribal
while.
has been in there also.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're not going to brew Tribal the rest of the year now. Whatever's left is.
That's it?
left. Yeah.
I like Tribal.
But we're going to can it.
Okay.
Like probably, I think November we're canning that.
Are you gonna do Collaborator again with Larry or?
Actually, tomorrow we are brewing a beer with Larry.
Oh.
A
Larry from Spider Bite.
Schwartz beer.
Sold.
Save me some now.
Steve, he's been talking about you for a year. He's been talking about you for a year and a half.
Who, Larry or
No,
us?
Pete has been raving about Barrage for a year
I
and a
love
half
his fucking
now.
beer.
He loves his beer.
We also
And
live 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes
I
from
just
Brew.
want you to know- Listen, Steve,
You live in Oceanside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
I want you to know that since day one, he's been raving about your beer. So,
Oh, I appreciate that.
all right.
That's also why we invite you all the time, because we just want more of your beer.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
No.
So the
absolutely.
Schwartz beer, what like? I would assume if Larry's involved, it's going to be high in alcohol content.
Yes.
Always?
Well,
Of
it's,
course.
it's probably going to be.
We all know his
Everyone's
style.
like,
Like,
well, yeah, of course.
It's going to be upper 8s, 9.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Only 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Typical black lager.
Yes.
Well,
Black lager.
You should talk, Miss 9% cider. Oh, I only make some. Just to go. He's going to be.
We're brewing
swimming
it
home.
because Destination Unknown is doing
Dubco.
Yes.
Dubco is
Doing their Oktoberfest, right?
Their Lagerfest or whatever you want to call it, or Dubfest.
Dubfest.
And him and I always, every year, we do some type of German style collaboration, and plus we do this event, and I believe it's October. September, yeah, October 19th is Bats and Brews.
Oh, yeah. I saw that
Seatuck-
post, yeah.
I always miss that one.
Seatuck Conservation Center in Islip. And they
It's a
have
cool
this-
place, too.
it's-
Have you been down there?
Bro.
I mean, obviously, you've been down there since it's
So
been doing it
there's
for
this
times.
huge mansion
Yep.
that was owned by like this railroad magnate. And he was wealthy beyond means. And when he died, he said, I'm going to leave it all to basically the community as a environmental center. But it is so old and creepy. There's like this old couch. The last name was like Werewolven or something like that. I'm like, they were werewolves. They killed people on the goddamn couch. The thing looks so creepy. But they do a great thing. They're very big into conservation and especially bats. And they do this thing, Bats and Brews. I think it's 10 years now. So we actually are kind of doing this black lager also as a collab for the Bats and Brews.
Love me a black lager.
Is it going to be available in the tasting room?
Each
Thank
tasting
goodness.
room will have it.
All right,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll be there
So I
grabbing
can go
that.
get some.
It's all about me. I just need something.
So
to
yeah, every year we do something. Last year we did the. Oh, we also still have an ice bock.
Yeah, that never came out. What?
It's coming out.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
It's
gonna come.
We've been playing around with it, and we're finally gonna get that done. And if anybody's around on the 31st, Spider Bite's got their 8th anniversary party.
Oh, I heard about this. Yes. Okay.
And we'll be there just getting fucking hammered.
Just
getting hammered with Larry because that's what we do.
That's going to be a big party because he's gonna have a lot of people coming down. It's 8 years. That's a long time being in the industry.
He's got special glassware he's putting out.
Nice.
And he's done a bunch of cans that he's going to be releasing that day.
That can art's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Melissa.
Melba?
Melissa Barrett.
Why is that so important? Why it seems like the can art for everybody seems to be a very important thing.
That's the only reason I bought that Tools of the Trade beer.
It's all about marketing.
It does. Well, talk to the marketing person.
When you look at 100 different breweries or different cans, something's got to catch your eye.
Yes.
Whether the beer is good or not.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
It's got to fucking catch your eye.
So you start with the can art and the catch the eye. Then you look at style because usually that's the next thing that applies to me when I'm looking at what I'm going to do. Right. And then you look at the brewery.
Right. Yep.
It's actually third in line, unfortunately, what it comes down to.
The can art's the first thing you see. Yep. So it makes sense.
And then you want to look for those lagers.
Yeah,
all the lagers.
All the lagers.
I don't know what.
All the time.
Oh, those are the empty ones? Oh, you got to line them up. Thanks,
Gonna
buddy.
do a kill shot later.
Yeah. Little treehouse, little...
what, with him laying on the floor with a bullet hole in his head?
Possibly.
Potentially.
We don't know if Michelle is packing. I don't know.
I put my Glock back in my car,
right over here?
so...
Try that one. What I was going with is the idea of distribution and getting it out there. There's so many choices nowadays. People are reaching much further than they did. So in our small little market here, like if you go to Hopscotch, you got this lineup of beers as you walk around. There's just stuff from a lot of local breweries, but then there's stuff, Queens, Brooklyn, beyond. And what is going to catch your eye, like LIC did that really cool new wave version of like almost graffiti. And and it kind of caught your eye.
Everything in the all of the cans told a story. So like each can has a story behind it, like higher burning,
Yeah.
Just so let you know, me and Eric are drinking here, so everything you keep handing me, it's like half.
Yeah.
So can I have like a full beer so me and Eric?
No,
can,
you're
like,
good. We were tasting. This is called a tasting
I'm
trip.
done tasting. Me and Eric are going on a fucking guzzling.
All right.
Now,
Here's a full beer of
Eric,
try
go
and
get me a
try.
beer. I gotta give Peter's gifts.
Give Eric his beer back from 5 Boroughs.
Now that it's warm.
No, I mean let's just break this down. So here we are.
Posse. Hold on, Eric.
All right, go ahead. Here we are with 5 Boroughs, right? And we have this. This is sitting on the shelf. Let's say it sits like this.
3.
Obviously, it was well thought out that this color scheme and this concept is going to catch your eye.
When I look at it, the first thing I see are the Hawaiian flowers. I immediately think of summer.
Now you and Graz have one.
And I immediately...
Why does that matter? Why is the art...
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Go ahead.
Mike, stop putting... Mike, why does the...
He's walking in and out. I don't want all the background noise.
So why does the art become such a selling point on a beer that could quite possibly suck?
Let me bring it down a different level.
Okay.
You see a beautiful woman, right? And then you see an ugly woman. Which one are you going to talk to?
Listen.
Think about this for a second.
He doesn't know how to answer now.
You've just...
I'm very... You know what?
That's
You're
my
right.
point.
You're right.
No, you're
I
right.
understand
Are
that.
you going to look at
First
something
impressions.
that's, eye-appealing and...
So then why does everybody buy a Coors Light when it's not appealing at all?
So Graz,
people don't
remember
give a
back
shit
in the
about
day?
Craft beer.
Back in the day, no frills. Remember that shit?
Yes.
All right, so
I used to buy it in Franklin Square. We weren't making enough money. We'd have to buy the fucking Pathmark brand.
Yes or no?
You can.
Shut up, Pete. You fucking.
The backstory of why the yes or no was apparent.
It would be just a plain white package that
Well, in
said,
1994, I remember.
I remember
My
that.
Papa used to tell me.
Come on now, Steve. You're about the same age as me. I'm a little bit older than you.
No, I got you beat by a long shot.
I was going to say anything, all right?
No, but seriously, I mean,
But
that's the
packaging.
point. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I remember getting, my parents would buy the no frills mac and cheese.
Okay.
Well, guess what? It was Velveeta.
Right. Just in a different packaging.
But in a cheap, no frills packaging.
But they still bought it,
Dude,
Steve.
it's like the cereals,
But
right?
here
My
was
dad
the
got
thing.
ones in
Oh,
the
yeah,
bags
absolutely.
instead of the
So
one in the
many
box.
people would buy the Velveeta because they're like, oh my God, it's Velveeta. I can't buy this shit. But it was the same thing. But the packaging, they see these wonderful pictures of the mac and cheese on it, you're drawn to it.
Being pulled up by a
You're
spoon.
buying an experience.
We were drinking the one that had all characters on it. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, it had a guy with a crazy face and like different areas.
Which one was that?
That was probably KCBC.
That was KCBC.
It had to have been.
They had
got
some of the
crazy,
craziest.
They had like crazy things on there. Rip,
cartoony.
Like heavy.
Yeah.
Don't make sense, but it's cool at the same time.
I couldn't
There's a
understand
unicorn
it.
flying into another dimension while
LIC
the
does that
Reaper
too.
is coming through. I don't,
Unicorn apocalypse.
But now Michelle.
My daughter wanted
The
that can, by the way.
20,000
She saw it on my phone. She's like, I want that can. I was like, I go buy it. I drink it.
I brought that to his niece's baby shower.
Oh, did-
Oh, you mean when you knocked the food all over me?
Oh.
You walked right into me. I don't.
I
do not have eyes behind my head.
Look who's
How am I
gonna.
supposed to see
Guess
who
who's
behind
gonna
What'd you
go?
get? You get sausage and peppers on your shirt?
Bro,
Little Peniel vodka.
my whole family gets done eating, so I take all the plates. I'm like, oh, let me get rid of it for you guys.
You were right behind me.
Because
Because
the
I was saying
Italian in
hello.
her. The Italian in her.
I said hi.
Woo! Hands going.
I was
Boom!
saying
We all
hi
talk
to
about our
my
hands.
Of
wife.
course, she
I
turns
want-
around.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's only you. Never mind.
Well, you know what? You
He's
deserve
right
it.
about
Yeah,
that
he's
part.
probably deserved that one.
I was like, oh,
That's
it's
classic.
Oh, it's only Steve. Fuck him. All right.
No, I didn't say that
Well, at least
part.
it's him, and I don't have
So-
to apologize to
Yeah.
somebody else I don't know.
But Michelle, now aren't your 20,000 followers basically? No, wait a minute. They're beer connoisseurs. They're people that know what they.
Enthusiasts.
Yeah, I actually
enthusiasts.
I did the.
So why would they
want to
go for a packaging more so than the beer?
Well, is it a?
Because there's so many good things out there. You got to stand out
They're
somehow.
purely, for the most part, it's educational based. Like I get questions asked every single day about just like gluten free or this or that, or people are like, "Oh, have you tried this beer?" I'm like, "I can't drink it." "Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't see your bio," or like things like that. It's more like home. I get a lot of home brewers that like
really
follow me.
interested in how they can contribute to the.
Yeah, and celiacs. That's usually. And
Now,
it's pretty 50-50 with men and women.
Did you ever take a poll? Do you have analytics of?
I can do that already. I have apps for that, and I use the
That's cool.
Instagram apps. And
100% hate Graz.
That's it. That's the next one that's coming in.
It's going up to
People
40,000
did
followers.
message me.
tomorrow.
They were like, "Shots fired.
Yeah.
You gonna take that?" And I was like,
Oh,
I already,
there you go.
I already,
There we
I
go.
already spoke, so I was like,
There you go.
It's late.
That's not bad.
Why is a posse sitting to the left just shaking her head? Go, yep, we got this.
She's
like, yep, we got
she's the
this.
silent hype woman.
We're going
She's
after
the
you,
hype
fat
woman.
boy,
I like
in a
that.
couple of weeks. And you're going down,
You just
fat
wait.
boy.
You're gonna get your comeuppance.
You just
She
wait.
keeps my.
I love that. I love that.
She keeps my
You get
branding
your
in
comeuppance.
check.
There you go.
She does. I'm
You
like,
will
should
I will
post this
kick
right
your
now?
ass and you will
I was
like
supposed
it.
to do today, but
Who?
I'll see.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. So
I was gonna message you.
Anita, let me ask, because you're not gluten free like Michelle is, and so like you were saying before, when you guys go out, you want to make sure that you're both going to be happy with what you order, happy with what you get. What is that compromise? Pete and I will go out, and he's like, I don't want a chocolate stout, and if we go to a place that only has a chocolate stout,
And then you go, fuck you. We're going here anyway.
well, I don't say that. Probably his wife would say that because
Oh,
she likes the
definitely.
chocolate stout.
I like chocolate stout.
But yeah, I do too. But I mean, everyone in their groups and their cliques, they kind of compromise and make sure everyone's going to have a good time. So what are the things that you have to? I don't want to say put up with, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it's sure.
I don't want to put it like that. But I mean, what are the things that you have to compromise on to go out and have a good time, Rochelle?
To be honest,
everything.
A little bit.
Jeez. Hold on.
No, yeah. I mean, ever since, Michelle, especially since I met her when she started brewing, I mean, the experience has been incredible. I've tasted her beers, I've tasted her ciders, and I'm pretty health conscious myself. So, like, just going for the gluten-free beers, it's just a healthier choice anyway. And the fact that she knows... She has the experience and she knows like what she's doing with the different fruits that she's using, the different flavors and different components to the gluten-free beers.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been an incredible experience. I
So
think
she
that I've learned
changed
the most from her.
She changed you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been
And you changed her.
It
And you
definitely,
changed her.
I guess
She
you could put it
definitely,
that way.
yes. She definitely changed
And by the
me.
way,
Yeah.
And I'm changing
you
everybody.
Yes, you are.
You speak very eloquently, so there's no reason to stay quiet over here. You got plenty to contribute.
No,
That's a lot.
I'm lucky. I guess I'm a lucky spectator.
Oh.
I get to cheer one of the best gluten-free brewers that I've gotten to
Very
experience
cool.
so many different ones, especially since she invites me to all the events that she goes to and different.
You go with her for those events?
Yeah, I mean, like 50% of the time I'm definitely.
Oh, it's like a
there.
fucking
So I
party.
taste
Are you
different.
kidding me?
Yeah. Are
They
you
bring the
kidding
party
me?
with them.
Pete, it's like
It's
you
a great
and
time.
Mike going to the place. Are you kidding me? Her and
Yeah.
Michelle?
You know what? You should have your own show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your own show.
I have a lot to say, but I'm not really sure if people want to hear it.
No. Trust me.
We've been on for 3 hours.
Yeah, we've literally been on for 3 hours, and I mean,
Talked
you
about
guys
fucking nothing. So,
trust me. After a while, people just start listening out of the point of maybe if I listen, they'll
Curiosity,
go away.
yeah.
Curiosity, and then they don't go away.
Morbid curiosity.
Morbid curiosity. We find that very quickly with our show. So I was mentioning before, like moving forward through the process, if you guys had this ability, like I said, if we had a, let's say, silent partner, and by silent, I turned him off. I know, I was just kidding with you. I was just kidding with you. So then, what would you, like you said, you'd probably set up in Italy, but let's be real. Realistically, where would be the area or place that you would set up probably locally? Because you've grown roots here, right? You have family here as well.
Yeah, it's tough because cider has gone up tremendously. It's gone up 8.5% in the last year, which is more than beer has gone up. So, with that said. I would definitely look into Hudson Valley, or I would look into the North Fork of Long Island.
Because you're up in Newburgh, so you're kind
not
of
me,
well, I mean, you're up there kind of.
I go like once a year.
Really? You don't even
totally remote. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you were maybe
That's how
more
I'm
up
able
there.
to travel so often.
Yeah, well, that makes
Michelle,
sense.
What's up?
Honestly, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for the last 9 years, I've been taking the same client to the Stewart Airport.
Okay.
From 9 o'clock at night till midnight. You ever get stuck and you need to get back into the city, I could take you back or take you there. It's every Friday and Saturday.
Newburgh?
For the last 10
You want Graz
I go
to
to
get
Newburgh. I'm being serious.
I'll keep that in mind.
When you were just talking, when the show started, I was coming back from Poughkeepsie.
That sounds rapey.
No, it's not. Holy shit, I'm trying to be nice here. Michael,
I'm just going with what I feel here.
Steve, you're a fucking jerk tonight, all right?
I'm getting like a CSI New York episode flashback in my head.
You know what? Now I need that thing.
You need that one.
I need.
Michelle, I was trying to be serious. I take
I
the
don't.
same person there for the last 9 years.
I get it. Thank you so
very
much.
nice.
For
Get
that offer.
stuck. You know
Very
what?
nice of you,
I'm
buddy.
going to walk out of here because you make
No, you got to give the gift to Pete.
Fuck
Let's
the
do it right now.
fuck.
I mean,
fuck Pete.
my
Why
car,
you got to give the gift of Pete? What the hell
my
is
car
that?
broke down. I've been driving my mom's car, so if you want to drive me around till I get my new
Ooh.
car, then I'm totally all about
Listen,
that.
Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, you need to jump in and get to Newburgh. You jump in Manhattan at 9 o'clock, or you're out here and we need to get in. I'll exchange numbers. I'll help you out.
He'll help you out.
We'll help you out.
In the back, you open a
Shut
bottle
up,
of
Steve.
roofie champagne.
Just bring the cider.
Apple
bring
brandy
the
from
cider,
Sadden
Michelle.
Brothers.
Yeah, apple brandy.
90%, 90 proof.
Just have a few.
90%
Bring your
roofie.
posse with you, right, Michelle? Just bring your posse. Just you and your posse and
90%
me. Shut up, Steve.
See, I like Michelle, so
I'll
gotta look out.
And this is
Right.
this is Graz's attempt to kind of just mend the fences, which
Well,
Yeah,
Anthony, that
you've
was
already
those
actually
fucking
Anthony.
fences burnt down to the
I
ground.
was going to say, he already sent the lawnmower through, kicked it down, and let the chickens roam free.
Yep.
You know
Cage
what?
free from fresh.
Yes, sir. What's
you
up?
know what? I'm not visiting your bar anymore.
It's not a
That's
bar.
good. I don't have one.
Barrier.
Your
Good. Don't
establishment.
fucking come to Oceanside. See if I care.
I know where you are. You're in Farmingdale.
Yeah, no, he-
Oceanside's the other guy. I like him. What's his name?
Jimmy.
No.
Charlie.
Bobby.
No, what's the guy?
Mike.
Bobby.
Mike.
Bobby?
Oh,
From
no,
where?
yeah.
Michael
Oh, is it
Anthony.
really?
I hate you.
It's like-
Do you want to give Pete the gift?
Sure.
Okay.
Give
all
him
right.
the gift of love.
So we had an announcement a couple weeks ago on the show. Pete Cavano here of the Wort with Mike and Pete is having another child, and
he gave his wife the gift.
He gave his
Knocked
wife
up the wife again.
So, Pete,
Yeah.
when your
That'll
wife,
happen.
your wife's got to have enough fucking beer all this time, Wort and this.
She
and
actually
that,
drinks more beer than he
IPAs
does.
and this and that.
No.
Prior to
And that's how the baby came about.
No, unfortunately not.
That's a good point. Makes sense. So
I have a friend of mine, a business associate that has
Nice.
a place in Texas.
Okay.
So I bought 5
Texas?
beer. Yeah, I bought 5 beer.
Texas.
I bought 5 bottles.
Okay.
And one of the bottles I want to give to you, Pete. to your wife. I don't know. I hope she drinks.
She can't drink now, but when she's
drinks
done,
orange vodka when everything.
She sure will.
All right, good.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
I
So
heard that's the best to take when you're in labor. It kind of like numbs off the pain.
I mean, obviously, you can drink while in labor. No,
Sure.
I don't know.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely can't.
Thanks, buddy.
Anthony
Mike's like,
Graz,
yeah, I think
well,
it's
you
a
got to
heavy
open it now. Is it a bottle of Smirnoff?
So Pete, instead of always we
from
were
Texas.
drinking beer and everything's a beer can, I got you some orange vodka.
Oh, what is that?
Right, my
Western
buddy has,
Sun.
My buddy has
Peach flavored vodka.
Oh, peach flavor, nice.
I have
That
some
looks
money.
fun.
I have some
She does like
minority
peaches.
money into that place in Texas.
Nice.
When you say minority money,
That
It's a
just
ni-
sounds so wrong.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I know what you meant, but that wasn't it.
Sounds like a bad,
Not
bad thing.
minority. It's minority money.
Nope. Still doesn't sound right. Nope.
Thank you, Graz.
Let's
That's
try it
very
again.
nice of you.
Michelle, get me out of this, Michelle. Tell your followers to get me out of this.
Call in 516-465-3990 to get Graz out of this pickle he's got himself into.
So when you're
Thank you, buddy.
Let me just give you an announcement. This is the Western Sun 10 times distilled Hill Country Peach flavored vodka, skillfully column distilled and distributed and bottled by Western Sun Distillery
Texas.
in Pilot Point, Texas.
Yes.
Say that 3 times fast.
Wait, where in Texas is that about?
Pilot Point.
I don't
I don't know.
I have
find
family in Keller,
Okay.
Texas. I think it's the
It
outskirts
looks
of
very
Dallas.
nice. It's like an
Man,
orange.
I went to
Yeah.
Austin last year and it was awesome.
I bought 5 of them. It
Did you
only
get
cost me
Tito's?
about $75, Michelle.
No, I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, Tito's is in Texas
Not bad.
somewhere.
Son of a gun.
I don't know if
didn't
it's
see it.
Austin, Texas, but they're definitely
No, I hit up a
craft
couple
brewed in
places
Texas
and-
somewhere.
I think you might be right. It might be Austin.
It might be
I'm
Austin.
pissed now.
Home brewed and craft.
Home brewed and craft.
Yeah,
Well,
we've heard the
Potch
commercial.
Skills and-
Yeah,
Pete,
we
that's-
started with a backyard
Goddamn-
bathing suit and bathtub
I went
distillery.
to Herkshire Park. I went to Herkshire Park.
Yeah,
I
that's
bought
how they say it in Texas.
Heckershire.
Herkshire. I met
Herkshire.
Michelle, the BrewBabe. I met her posse. I met
Posse?
Steve.
Is that like
Posse,
Campari?
I said.
It's like Campari. But
Yeah, it's like Campari, but it's like
Shake said. Shake said.
I met Steve from Barrage.
Barrage.
Barrage. That'd be the way to do it.
Gainesville.
So Pete, that's for your wife when,
Yes.
when everything is all right.
Northwest of Dallas.
You guys have a
Okay.
drink, all right?
That's nice.
Thank you, sir. It's very nice
I
of
have
you.
something else for you coming soon. So,
Ooh.
because I want
We'll
to
save it
thank
for
you.
another show date,
Yeah.
so you can come down and drink with
Well,
us.
no, in front of Michelle and Steve
I
and,
know,
and Anita. Anita,
Yeah.
did I say it right?
Nikita.
I've been here since day one.
You say Nikita? You said it.
She said Nikita.
She knows the beat.
And my new best friend from
She knows the bit now. Go ahead.
my new best friend Eric from school.
There you go.
all right?
No, it's Nikita.
What
Pete,
school?
I want to tell you something. From day one, you guys are putting on a good show.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
and
Thanks for always coming down.
Thank you for letting me hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
I really don't think they have a choice because you got the key to get in.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. That's the truth.
I
mean,
built this studio, Steve. Shut
See?
up.
I knew it.
from the ground up. All right, buddy.
We were here.
I appreciate it. Are you going off to work tonight?
No, I'm gonna just listen.
Oh, okay, cool.
Want to we doing a quick break and then wrap up, or
Yeah, let's
what?
do a quick break and then we'll wrap it up. So
And
we're
a quick
Mike
break
and
and
Pete.
wrap it up.
Well, we could do both of that if you'd like to.
We could do a quick break.
And then we
wrap it
could
up.
wrap it up. All right, so we're at Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We'll be right back right after this.
Govs Radio.
Quick wrap up.
You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit govsradio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events. Getting Drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort.
Hey, this is the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. You out? Eric's leaving us for now.
Eric, I love you.
See you at Slipknot.
Wait, put me on. Right?
Oh yeah, you going to Knotfest?
Knotfest
on Wednesday.
Knotfest Roadshow on Wednesday.
I tried to get myself to work that show, but I couldn't. I just did the loadout at Brookhaven,
shit-faced
owned
in the
by
parking
Live
lot?
Nation. I do all the Live Nation shows over there, and
Are we getting shit-faced in the parking lot, Eric? All right.
You could say yes. I mean, he does have a voice. All right, there it is. What's up, buddy?
Mike, this guy's great.
Yeah.
Eric's great. I want to hang out with Eric and Pete. Forget about you, Mike.
You want to go to Knotfest?
I want to go
Come
to
to
any
Knotfest.
fest. I want to go to
Dude,
one
that'd be
Michelle's
that's gonna
going
be a
to
sick
Colorado.
show.
Gonna be a good show.
Yep.
I want to go to anything.
You're just very jealous of everyone doing everything that
because
you want to do.
What? Because I think that Michelle probably puts on a good damn show out in Colorado.
Well, with
I
their
think
knowledge and
Steve-
everything, yep.
I think Steve's got fucking hooks galore.
Oh, yeah.
And if he liked me a little bit, we could go
Hookers
anywhere.
galore?
Hook? No.
I said hooks.
Hooks.
Oh.
And I think
Well,
Anita.
although that too.
I got to run 100 probably twice a day, so I can probably drop about 20 pounds because I'm a fat bastard.
All right.
She runs, right?
Likes
you run
pastries?
twice a day, exercise?
Unhealthy fat bastard likes pastries.
Yes.
you drink.
No, nobody else
Be
is in a
sweating
Joker's
sweating
fan.
cheese Danishes in there.
Thanks, Eric.
All right. So with that said, I want to present Steve. This is like our awards that we're putting on to our multiple guest time people. This is a I don't want to say promotion. It's not really. It's a campaign.
It's the tap handle of friendship.
It's a tap handle of friendship. We have a couple of these that have gone out to our friend Mark from Hopscotch and some of the other people that we've had on the show a lot. And so it has our logo. It also has the tap handles logo on it. But it is something that adapts between the tap handle and the spigot.
Cute, I like it.
So it's a good talking piece at the tap room. If anyone asks, what the hell is that adapter? People can say, well, listen to the word.
Somebody threw at me, and
yeah, right. And then, but I've been on the show 6 times.
I am
Yes,
like the
a
Alec
6-timer.
Baldwin.
Yes,
is to fucking Saturday Night Live.
I was gonna go Justin Timberlake. The best bit was
close.
when he was on the 5th time and he met all the people,
Everybody, yep.
everyone that was a 5 or more timer.
That's nice.
How many times have I been with you, Steve?
No,
How many times have we been together?
6.
the
I have
first
some stuff for
In a
you,
romantic
Michelle.
embrace,
Oh,
or-
actually, this is the last thing for Steve. I don't know if we've given you one of these. This is one of our other sponsors, Brewers Hardware. Brewers Hardware for all your brewer hardware needs for your home brews or your large capacity needs. I'm sure many of the
I've never had anything that opens a bottle before.
Get ever.
This is fucking awesome.
Well,
right
I'm so glad that I could be the first. Ooh, at the ripe old age.
Was
of
he gentle?
whatever. I'll be gentle next time. And Michelle and Anita. I have some stickers, some buttons, and I have Anita, I didn't know you were coming on the show today, so you can give this. You guys can split that up. I didn't know you were coming on the show today. I have a shirt for you, but guess what? Michelle, you're going to get, this is the only vintage first run Wort shirt.
I got one of those.
It is the only one we have for ladies.
My wife wears mine. My
It is
wife wears mine to bed. That's not true.
No,
My
but
wife
yours
wears-
wasn't a ladies cut.
My
So the
wife-
only people to get the ladies cut was our wives.
Sarah from
No,
Nope.
we didn't give her. We gave her because we all had the different run, the black shirt run of that one. Right, it's the only
pretty much.
And I'm
Right.
gonna say it's the only ladies cut we had left. So just so happens that since you're a guest on the show, and we do give her. Steve, you got one of the not the vintage. Do you have the vintage one?
He has the halter top.
He has the vintage.
The halter top.
The vintage.
Yes.
I had the one that's the wife beater.
Yes. No,
only
you,
one of those.
you cut the sleeves and put little like beads on them and did the knots at the
Yes.
outside.
And
then-
the bedazzled. Belly shirt, I cut it like-
Yes, the
yes.
belly shirt. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And that's how we promote here at the Word is we give Steve all of that. So there you go. There's some swag from us. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Really quick, Graz, you had an announcement to make for your collaboration with Hopscotch. So give us the lowdown.
I think October 6th, we're going out to Brooklyn to 2 breweries from Hopscotch.
Really? So you're going to do
Very
the,
cool.
the bang bus from
Yeah,
Hopscotch?
The bang bus from Hopscotch.
Okay.
We're going out to 2 breweries.
Okay.
We're
you
going to
going?
do another brewery. I think we're going to go out to Charlie in 1940s.
Nice.
There you go.
I wanted to start at Steve at Barrage, but he heard me before and he just ignored me. So now
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
for the
like,
best.
okay. He doesn't want
He's
me.
a smart guy.
Yeah, he's fucking business guy to the T. No, do you remember what breweries you're going to for the Brooklyn tour?
Something that's going to cost me like $25 for a $3 flight for
Okay.
a 3 flights.
Yeah, other half. Go ahead.
Yeah, which
There
is that
it is.
them?
Probably.
Really?
Well, it's the
And
way
the
he's
other-
going to be able
well-
to sell tickets. I'll
well,
be honest with
there's
you.
2 of them.
Yeah, no, and then they're probably going to go to either LIC or
We don't do flights, so.
no, but there was something else.
but
There was
why would
something
you
to
charge
it.
Mark's got great taste, so I'm sure wherever he's taking you is going to be good.
Right. He's basically planning out that you got the
Who,
transportation
Mark?
in. Mark's got the
That
beer
guy,
in.
let me tell you something. Mark from Hopscotch. I was supposed to visit him this weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I did.
And he was
Did
happy.
you? I like
represented
him. I
you.
think he's just a nice man. He puts
He
on.
is.
Yes.
He's a
he's
nice
good,
man.
He's a good friend to us. He helps us out.
Yep.
He's not like that mean guy from fucking Farmingdale.
Yep.
Barrier.
Barrage Brewery.
Yeah, Barry.
From Barrier.
From
Yeah,
Barry.
Barrier.
Bobby from Barry. Yeah, we got.
And his sidekick, BrewBabe, over there in Colorado. She don't,
It'd be awesome if you wear that in Colorado.
I will.
And
I
tell
wore Dan's Long Beach.
Did you?
Brewery,
That's cool.
2 or 3 years ago, one of the first times.
Definitely send us a picture.
They did the first run of the hats, and he gave it to me. I told him I'm gonna wear it for you, like in GABF, and
Was
I took
that
a picture and everything.
the blue with the white back and the logo here?
Yeah, I had it actually had the fish, the crazy fish.
wanted that
yeah.
fish
like the
one.
tap handle.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Dan, whenever
I
you
wore it,
guys
I took a picture. He
do another
went
run of the
nuts.
fish,
He
I want the
loved it,
fish.
yeah.
Fish reminds me of Sublime. I'm a big Sublime fan.
So are we.
That's a cool fucking logo. If you do wear that out there, try to get like a signed picture, and we'll
totally
post that.
will.
you guys are so totally into it. I mean, like I watch this. It's like
I love
intense. It's intense.
And there's so much to the industry, and that's the point
It's
of why
so
we're all here today.
No,
right?
I know that. It's just so intense to watch. Everybody's
excited
just got
we
the,
all get.
Yeah, everybody's got like the yes.
I'm just very
we
jealous.
can do this. Let's go.
She's doing
we can.
something on my bucket list that I wish I was. And I don't want to say this like I'm an old person. I'm not, but
I am.
well, you might be, but I think I'm older than you.
You are. Yeah.
Yes. That I wish I had when I was your age, so I could have.
Do you think I'm like 22?
I think you're.
Yeah, 25?
32.
Oh, all right.
Well,
Yeah, but you're young.
I
So
mean,
you
still,
can make
if
up-
7 years ago,
I know, right?
if 7 years ago I with the scene was the way it was now, I probably would have been out there. You know?
It's real.
like-
It's honestly, it does make it easier. There are some sacrifices I made in my life, like leaving my job in the city that I was comfortable
and as a compliment,
at,
yes, you do look very young.
Thank you.
Sorry.
you regret
obviously
it?
I'm not.
Do you regret leaving the job that? Do you regret leaving the job that you were comfortable at?
No.
Good. So then you did the right thing.
Right.
You know,
right?
I'm not married yet. Don't have kids, so that makes life a little bit
It
easier.
does, yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To go ahead
Easier
and
is
get
the
up.
appropriate adjective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct.
It ain't a walk in the park, young lady. Trust me,
Yes.
it ain't a walk in the park.
I like he says young lady.
I got
See again to make it.
Young
That's
lady,
complimentary.
I walked
Like,
in the
listen,
park with
young
my
lady.
kids yesterday, and it was no walk in the park.
I was walking in the.
The entire time, someone had to pee, someone wanted food, other people wanted to pet the
dropped their
dog.
ice
That
cream.
yeah. Oh my god.
My
I stepped
kid
in
my
shit
kid
like
rode
over
her
the
bike
balloon.
into a fucking fence, and it was my fault.
That's because you were holding onto it, pushing it into the fence.
I mean, maybe.
At high speed.
Perhaps.
Try to go home earlier.
Yeah, let's
oh,
go.
well,
What
I
do you
gotta
want?
go home now.
Oh, Evie's got a scrape on her leg. Time to go home. Here we go. Well, just wait till you have the boy, and he just starts punching them in the face. That's what's gonna happen. My son just
No, you know what it's going to be. He's just going to be touching himself all the fucking time inappropriately.
That's what I
because
got
that's
going
what
on
little
now.
boys do.
Yes.
His wife.
Are
They
you
just-
talking specifically about Adam here now? It's based on experience.
he's like 28. I mean,
Adam's
he's still
the same
touching
age as
himself
you, so of
inappropriately.
course he's touching himself.
When is he not stop touching himself?
Mike's
inappropriately?
wife told my daughter when she told her, she was having a boy, she said, "Oh, welcome to the boy mom club. It's all dinosaurs and hard-ons."
Yeah,
That's it.
that's pretty much
That's
it.
it.
Paleontology and learning to
Bones on bones.
There you go. I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say-
Michelle,
took
Chase.
the words right out of my mouth. Good job.
See, I told you it gets better at the 10 o'clock.
Well, I'm a little slower after 10 o'clock. And Steve apparently can just push right through it, and it's fine with me.
Michelle, take the fucking bull by the horns and don't let anybody tell you otherwise and chase your dreams.
There you go.
And take your posse. And,
So inspirational.
And Graz. And we go out to
I need
fucking
inspirational music
Colorado
behind it.
and we take over. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Pretty
Eye of the
something.
Tiger.
I don't.
for
I don't.
God's sakes.
I have.
Next year we
a
take
version
over
of Eye of the Tiger.
Colorado and it's the fucking Michelle, Graz, and Anita show.
Oh, and by the way,
Like how he just left us.
Forget about
like,
Barrage.
by the way, next week will be the I Fucking Hate Graz show, when all of Michelle's fans can fucking call in and just tear his ass apart.
That'd be great. He would love
Oh,
it.
20,000.
I would like
do
that.
that.
I would
There
like
you go.
that.
There you go.
Now coming to the ring, the BrewBabe.
There
She's
she
been
is.
doing this for about 12 years. She had a job that she was comfortable in. Now she's coming out of the woodwork, and she's ready to battle. She's got a record of 3-0. She'll be in Colorado.
I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know who she beat,
She
but
beat
it's
the fuck out of
3-0.
3 guys.
The BrewBabe, Michelle, with a posse, Anita. In this corner, weighing in at a svelte 260 pounds, I think.
Talking about you, Mike?
With a 42-year-old, with
Yeah.
a 42-inch waist.
I wish that was
Graz.
me. Oh, all right. There you go. Graz. You got to get like really
Graz.
And then you bring up the music and it's
Yeah, here we go. Defending the beer, the Wort fucking championship belt.
It's just our logo on a spinning belt like the WWE.
After the ninth beer, it's a fucking sobriety test.
That's right. Making his way to the ring and not walking a straight line.
Oh, shit.
Failing every time. All right, whatever. All right, we're out. So let's wrap this up because now I'm just getting crazy. Now we're just playing music for no reason.
But that's what people like.
I know, but it's also 3.5 hours that no one is going to listen
It's
through.
the summertime.
Unless
in
it's us and
September,
our friends.
Pete's got to go home early.
No, I don't have to go home early at all. I have so much other stuff to do. Once we're done here, you know how much longer I stay here?
Yes.
How much longer do we stay
You're
here?
here till 2 o'clock.
20 minutes.
Not the 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Go to the
All right.
bathroom, you can pack shit up.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're here till 1
Throw all the bottles.
No,
and
no,
away.
it's not that late. It's not that bad. No, it's not that bad.
You just
There's just a lot of post-production stuff that needs to happen.
Michelle.
It's
We-
the
I know you-
post-production
I know
stuff
you-
is
I
throwing
know
the
you-
empty
I know
cans into
you're
the
doing
dumpster.
it.
Pretty much, yeah. Pete's job is to throw the empty cans and wipe down the table. My job is to handle all the files and formats.
When are you and Nikita getting
you
together
got
and
the
going
hard-
on another
hard
romp?
job.
No, so I want to throw this out there. So you guys are going to be at the Fall Beer Festival in Farmingdale.
Yeah, I'll be there. If you want to join me, you can come too.
That would be great because I would love to have you guys come back on the show and talk about what you guys made for that show because you're going to enter into the contest.
Will the LI Fall Class? I'm sorry, the whatever the Fall Festival.
I don't even know what it's called.
That one I don't. I'm not going to have anything there. But
Oh,
the Great Beer Expo.
Great
that
Beer
one,
Expo,
in
thank you.
November. That one I'll have.
Come to both.
Yeah, I'll be at both, but I'm only obviously bringing.
Be my
beer
guest,
and
Michelle. We'll hang
Holy
out.
shit. You want to scream into the mic.
Coming in
Sorry.
hot.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
That's right.
Hi.
Michelle,
Yeah. Now he
as
talks.
the co-producer of the Wort for the last year and a half,
He's not that.
How the fuck did he get that?
it
No,
was
he didn't
my
get
idea.
Everyone.
Michelle, if he
No
tells
one
you it
knows.
wasn't
If you just
my
say
idea,
it, you
if
become it, I guess.
If he
As
tells
vice
you,
president of the
Michael-
Wort, Steve Pominski.
VP of being on air. God,
it
what's
was
up?
my idea.
Yep.
Michelle, it was my idea to start this. You are a permanent open guest whenever you'd like to come in.
Oh, thank
Fuck
you.
you,
Right?
Graz.
Shut up. You can bring Nikita next to you.
Nikita. There it is.
They just like changed.
And
the
as a
name.
sub guest, you can bring Steve from Barrage.
Yeah. Well, Steve is going to be the third one that we always bring to. Uh-huh. And then
I got the fucking prize.
And he's right.
Right
Got his
here.
trophy.
And Graz is right.
here.
If you see any of the guests that come in and you want to be part of the show, open door policy.
right,
Just
cool.
let
Yeah.
us know
Yeah,
if
that's
there's
really
anyone
nice
that
of you.
you're
Thank you
friendly
so
with and
much.
you see on the on the
cool.
schedule. And speaking of the schedule, let's talk a little bit about that. So coming up on September 9th, we have a mega show.
Mega show.
Mega show. Who do we
Mega
got?
Leg. Nap Time
Is coming down from upstate?
From Dutchess or Rockland County.
Yeah, they're coming down all the way
I
from.
want to say Rockland
How
County.
do you get that, Pete? How does that happen?
They say their brewer likes to do podcasts. We said we're on Long Island, and they said sure.
We'll drive down on a Monday
All
night
right.
and come hang out.
So
So
they're coming down.
Done.
And with them, we'll have Dubco from Bayshore.
Yep. We're gonna
So
have a.
I think that closes out Bayshore, right?
I think we did. I think we
Now
finally
we can
closed
finally
out a
close
region.
out Bayshore.
Yeah.
Who's coming
Yay.
on the show, Chris?
Yes, Chris is coming on. And so between the two of them, that was they were actually scheduled for tonight, believe it or not. And there was if you look at what they've got going on between their can
He's
releases
telling you
and their
one
festivals,
B, Michelle, he's
not
telling
true
you
at all.
one
Not
B.
true at all. You were
It's
coming
like
on with them, by the way.
What is it? The wedding
And
list,
and
right?
Steve was.
So
I
A
was
party
the
to B
bastard
party.
child. I divided it.
No, but
last
Steve was
second.
coming
I was
on.
the alternate. What is this?
No,
I was-
not at all.
I was the-
Steve was
Not
one
at all.
C. Anita was one D.
None of that was happening.
And then September
26th.
we have
Nope, 29th. It's
whatever.
multiple
Then the
seven.
next show we have South Shore Which is opening up in
with
Oceanside.
Nick.
Yeah,
Yes.
Huey
I
and Nick
love
are coming
He's
down.
so
Yep.
sweet. I just saw him. What was
At
it?
the festival.
Yes, I did. It was
Yeah.
at the homebrew meeting. I saw him
Oh,
last
he was-
Tuesday. Yeah.
That's right, because they're still active
They're
members
actually
of
doing
the.
our next homebrew club meeting at his place in September. So
Really?
hopefully it'll be open by then.
They seem to be just right there. So
When Dubco comes in, I'm going to do the Graz and just go inside and
Do it.
shut the light. and
Please.
just
I fucking
come
dare
in.
you.
I will sit Steve, I will sit next to you all night.
Our surprise
not
guest on. Guess who's behind the
Yes,
mirror?
behind the mirror, yeah.
No, it's September 23rd, by the way. September 23rd.
So September 9th, nap time in Dubco. September 23rd, South Shore and South Shore.
Yep.
And Shaw.
Both of those.
October.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
And October TBD.
No, October we have our live event coming up for the Fall Beer Classic. And then, of course,
we're not doing another show.
Comedy Zest on October 11th. My show. You guys are supposed to be coming to.
Oh
that.
yeah, we'll talk about that.
Pete and Mike are supposed to get on stage and represent the show. Yes, Pete. October 11th. Buy a ticket with your wife.
That's fine.
$22. I'll tell you.
So
that.
we also have reached out to a couple of breweries that were TBD on for the remaining dates of October and November. So we're just kind of like rearranging and shuffling the shell game kind of thing. But we have them pretty much locked in a way. I'll talk to you about that later. I'm sure you've seen the DMs back and forth. So we're right in there. So this is an upcoming season, the fall beer season that we love. We're waiting for our Schwartz beers, and our Dunkels, and our Oktoberfest, and all that stuff. So we're very excited for the guests that we have coming in that are going to represent those styles. So
let's get drunk.
Cool. Let's get really drunk. We want to thank Anita, Avita, Benita, Nikita, Lita. I think those are all the names you were called tonight.
You're like a wrestling
Bonita.
I think I called the Femme Fatale also. I don't know why.
You're like a
Didn't follow
wrestling
the rhyming
character.
scheme. That's
You're the
right.
manager.
Yeah, there you go. Of course, Michelle, the BrewBabe on Instagram. Give us the big plug where people can find the blog, the information, anything about you. And
Again, next week she'll be posting
about the I Hate Grass show. Yep.
The I Hate
That's
Grass
coming
show?
up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Michelle, come in anytime you want. Limo talk Thursday nights.
Thank
Open
you.
invite. You want to walk in, hang out for an hour? Trust me, I'm not that.
He
bad.
has
something at him.
It is a party. There's so many people in here for his show. There's like I'm going to say 15 people throughout the night that
Yes.
just rotate through
I
this
get a
room.
lot of comedians.
He gets so bombarded with guests, he leaves in here and goes in there because he just puts them all in here and just it's just a lot of people.
I'm pretty popular, believe it or not.
Yeah, or not.
Not.
We got you on that one. So, guys, give us the big plug. Where can people find information about you and what you do and everything that's going on?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at the BrewBabe. You could visit my website at the Outcask, that's with a K, outcask.com. And I have information about home brewing, gluten-free, my travels. That's pretty much it. Where I'm going, my next, journey.
Very cool.
What
So-
Nikita's doing.
Right. I think you should have one of the highlights on Instagram, like Nikita's journey or something like that.
Sublog.
Yeah, sublog. And then she could put in like, I had a great time. And then, that's it. Everything was great.
Everything was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm an exclusive photographer.
She is.
Nice.
She really is.
All right.
That's it.
So there you
A
go.
lot of my
Photos,
photography is owed to
candid
her.
photos.
Huh. Do you have any like business plan? Do you do stuff on the side or stuff you like to plug
honestly,
that people?
right now on the side, and the fact that she's started her business kind of gave me inspiration to.
Nice.
continue
You're
that
inspiring
side.
each other. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
For sure. Absolutely.
So do you have an Instagram, anything that people can contact for you for photography?
Not specifically for photography. I
Okay,
would say
I'm
just
going to
follow
register
Michelle. She has a lot of
Nikita's
good material
photography
on
right
there.
now on
Like her
Instagram.
blog and anything
Yeah,
like
if you
that.
scroll past like some of the pictures, you'll see like the camera emoji, and you'll see her name. If you.
Oh, good. All right. So
Yeah,
you
if
give
have
her
any
like photo credits and
inquiries,
stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Any inquiries, let me know, and I'll pass you along to her.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Go to the BrewBabe on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm sure everything is out there. And if you want to get in touch with Anita, then you can get your photos done, your headshots, or any event or bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah.
Absolutely.
Baby being born. Baby
Yeah.
pictures are a big
Look at
thing.
that.
Cake smash in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's coming up. Open up the wall. All right, Steve, give us the.
He's looking shot.
Yeah. He's like reality starting to set in that
Yeah,
the
he's
show's
like,
over, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta go home."
I gotta go home to the pregnant woman.
And the two kids that
What
are.
did I do?
How did I do this? How did this all come about? Steve, give us the big plug. We know where you are and what you're doing, but just give it to us anyway.
Schwartz beer.
Schwartz beer in Oceanside. No. Yeah,
Wait, you're going to be back in the studio Thursday afternoon? Yes.
Yeah, on Let's Eat Long Island on Chef
Felix, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in a bunch of our dark, delicious pastry-style beers.
Nice.
Cafe de Leche, salt and fudgery, probably a little yada, yada, yada.
Why wouldn't you?
And maybe try, I don't know, something.
All right, you get something in there.
Something
now,
else in there.
Let me ask you a quick question. Is Chef Felix bringing in some dessert-based stuff?
Yes.
Good,
yes.
yeah.
And he was actually speaking about bringing in, another company that kind of does that stuff.
Nice.
So we'll
Awesome.
see.
Exciting.
Well, thanks a lot, everyone, for coming in. Graz, thank you very much for yelling in the background.
Barrage Brewing Company, small batches, great beer, 32 Allen Boulevard, Farmingdale, New York, 11735. They're open Thursday to Friday, 4 to 8, Saturday, 1 to 8, Sunday, 1 to 6. BarrageBrewingCompany.com. And then we got GothamGoldGraz.com.
So
I'm trying to look for, Michelle, what was yours again? Just
the BrewBabe.
Hold on, I had you on here, babe. Hold on, Brew. Shut up. Don't let me on. Brew.
I wanted to throw in that Graz was the king of small batches. I just had to throw that in.
Michelle, I had you on the BrewBabe, so you know what? On your
you go.
Instagram.
Thank you.
Everybody follow the BrewBabe.
All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. This is The Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Replays are going to be available on iTunes, on Spotify, on the Hopped Up Network, and right here on GovsRadio.com. We appreciate it for coming in. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks for our guests. And we'll see you next time. Pete, anything?
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
That's right. We'll see you guys on September 9th for one hell of a show. This is The Word with Mike and Pete. We out. Pete!
That's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
This has been The Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.